What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, fantastic afternoon, fantastic pre-noon. No matter where you are in the world, I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the Hasanabi broadcast coming to you live from sunny. That's right, sunny California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and it's 59 degrees and sunny here in Los Angeles, California, for the first time in a long time, and I'm live and alive. And I hope all the boys, I hope all the girls, and I hope all the MBs are having a fantastic one, because today's a beautiful day, okay? Stolen Valor and the Gucci shirt. That's right. I'm feeling it, dude. You already know. I got the Gucci shirt on. I got the Gucci on because it's a good day. This is what I wear when I'm like, I feel like I'm in a beach mood. You know what I mean? I'm never going to go to the beach. I hate the beach, but like, this is the shirt I wear when it's like finally fucking nice out. But yeah, I'm live. I'm alive. So are you. You're here. It's a good day. It's a beautiful day. It's a fantastic day. Now,
the social media app TikTok came under very intense scrutiny yesterday on Capitol Hill. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle grilled, and grilled is the word here, grilled the company's CEO on how the company protects Americans' private information from China.
CEO is Singaporean. Yeah, I mean, he's like Singaporean, American. None of that matters. He's Asian and has an accent, okay? So in the eyes of Americans, he might as well be literally Xi Jinping, okay? So just understand that. Like, no American thinks that, okay? No American thinks this guy isn't a fucking literal spy for the CCP. Most Americans are going to see that and go, China bad, this guy's Chinese for sure, and a communist. Anyway, but I talked about this a lot yesterday. I think that this entire story is just like a litany of absolute fucking nonsense. I mean, there are very real reasons to regulate our social media, of course. TikTok especially, because TikTok is like on steroids. It's like Facebook and YouTube combined on steroids. Like, it's like unimaginably powerful at like brainwashing people, changing people's perspectives on shit, right? I mean, look at Andrew Tate and how he popped off. He's kind of hot though, so I'm okay with him having all my info. Yeah, everyone has all of your info. Anyway, let's watch.
Government surveillance. Now, some support a total
I think he handled himself,
calling it a risk.
I think he handled himself really well, perhaps a little too well. I do feel like nowadays, like the CEOs have improved. Like he was basically like built in a lab or something. I don't know how the fuck he did that. He just sat there, ate shit, and did a relatively decent job at like misdirecting. Relatively decent job at like responding to all the unimaginable amounts of shit, because like this meeting was not about TikTok. This meeting was about China and how much we fucking hate China. You know what I mean? Like, it was just straight up. They were literally being like, yeah, what's up? What happened in Tiananmen Square? Huh? Fuck you. Why did you do that? Why were you the tank? Why were you literally the tank in Tiananmen Square? Why would you operate the tank? Were you the tank there? How many Uyghurs have you killed personally? Like, it was just literally shit like that. This motherfucker's like a Harvard or Yale graduate, and he worked at fucking Goldman Sachs, okay? You're talking to a guy who was a banker at Goldman Sachs. He was like a Singaporean American guy. He's not Chinese. You're literally like, you're literally asking him to respond to the Chinese government's atrocities. You know what I mean? It's like fucked up. And in any other circumstance, it kind of wouldn't work. Okay? It wouldn't work, but it's like against China, so anything goes. Let's be real. But yeah, his performance in this meeting doesn't change anything. I think what America wants to do, what the American government wants to do, they'll get away with regardless. Let's be fucking real. But did I find it particularly funny that all these like free speech conservatives were literally using like shit on this fucking platform to be like, Yeah, how dare you show this? How dare you post things like this on TikTok personally? It's really fucked up. We got to ban this platform. It can't be run by the Chinese any longer.
Total ban of this app, calling it a risk to U.S. national security. Nicole Killian has more from Capitol Hill.
TikTok's chief executive was met with intense skepticism on Capitol Hill Thursday over the app's security and privacy practices.
We do not trust TikTok will ever embrace American values.
Shouzi Chu tried to dispel lawmakers' concerns about China's access to American data since its parent company ByteDance is based in Beijing.
ByteDance is not owned or controlled by the Chinese government.
But when pressed repeatedly,
do ByteDance employees in Beijing have access to American data?
We have employees in China, so yes.
Has ByteDance spied on American citizens?
I don't think the spying is the right way to describe it.
Committee members argue the platform remains a national security threat.
You damn well know that you cannot protect the data and security of this committee or...
It's so funny to say stuff like this as a libertarian. This woman is a libertarian, okay? Who is all like, as a conservative, like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, you're so right about that. Except, like, TikTok is not doing anything different in comparison to every other social media platform. Like, this is literally just so, it's the Chinese doing it, so it's bad. It's okay when it's Facebook. It's okay when the NSA has a backdoor. It's okay when, like, America openly spies on its own citizens and also other people, not just its own citizens, but literally, you know, openly spies on, like, its allies and shit, as we found out through Edward Snowden. For some reason, is not allowed to be back in the United States. I wonder what that was about. And you know, it's basically, it's okay when we do it. Why the fuck are you doing it? You're Chinese. That's what it is. I think I've been thinking a lot about, like, what the purpose for this is. Like, why are they taking this, like, political action? And I think literally part of it is.
Hey guys, it's Show here. As you know.
I think part of the reason is because they just want to buy it. Like, they want Meta to buy it, or they want, like, you know, Google is making a lot of efforts in basically creating a TikTok competitor in the form of shorts. Instagram is trying desperately to fucking turn into TikTok, and it's sucking. YouTube has been way more successful at utilizing shorts and even monetizing it, from what I understand. But yeah, they want our boys to own it. It's a very, very successful, perhaps too successful company, and it's not owned by an American. It's not owned by and controlled by Americans. You know, we got to get that bailout. We got to fix the Silicon Valley bubble situation. Okay, that's it.
No, I just testified before Congress, and I wanted to share my thoughts about the experience with you. Now, before I do that, I really want to thank you for the comments in the last video. Now, TikTok is all about conversations and community, and I'm so grateful to hear from all of you. Now, here are a few of my favorites. Now, that is what it's all about. A lot was said at the hearing, but I hope you heard the message, the important message, that it is our responsibility to protect more than 150 million Americans who love and use our platform.
Dude, he's too good. It freaks me out. It literally No, I don't like this. There is something. I do not like it. I don't like it when a CEO is not like immediately like a lizard person like Mark Zuckerberg. They're evolving. Stop standing the fucking TikTok CEO. You motherfuckers are not getting it. They're evolving, dude. The AI has gotten better. This is literally CEO 2.0, motherfucker. How do you not see this? I do not like it. This motherfucker's 40 years old, dog. Hasanabi is a libtard, isn't he? We don't need more Asians running internet crap. America has gone downhill because it's taking part in politics. Lol. Please don't ban this guy. We need to hear more from this guy. How did a 48-year-old divorced dad make his way into this chat? How did a 48-year-old divorced dad whose children definitely don't talk to him, make his way onto Twitch. Like, what was he watching? Nick Merckx? Like, how did he get here? He literally said, we don't need more Asians running internet crap. Oh, this guy is awesome. I love you. XRIP Z, I'm 48, lol. Well, you sound like it, so it's more embarrassing if you're not. Okay. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, this is one of those instances where, like, it doesn't matter if you're right. Especially with respect to, like, the way people are treating this guy or the way fucking people freak out over China. And, like, the irony there is that, like, internationally speaking, capitalism also has created so much awfulness, especially in the global South. But China is a superpower with a tremendous amount of labor output, with a tremendous amount of output in general. It's a producer. It's not going to rock the fucking boat. America relies on China. China relies on America. Not only does America rely on China, China owns American debt to a certain degree, right? They're not going to fuck with each other like that. It's so stupid to just, I don't know. It comes across as so stupid to have this level of, like, anger towards what the Chinese government is doing beyond. It's not the most amount of debt. It's only like 8%, but that's still pretty significant. I believe across the board, the Japanese, as far as foreign nations goes, the Japanese government has most, like, the highest percentage of our debt. But that's still, a fuckload of money. So, I don't know. I just, instead of banning TikTok, we need comprehensive legislation to ensure social media users' data is safe and secure. Banning TikTok won't solve that problem, and I was proud to stand with some of the most incredible creators today. Like, I guess he's, like, what happened? Did they juice him? They give him some money? Yeah, we have the most amount of our own debt, of course. I'm just saying that, like, as far as foreign nation debt, like, foreign nations that hold on to our debt, Japan is number one. I remember looking at it a while ago. Have you checked out Utah's new bill to try to get social media companies to verify users with personal documents, including minors? No, I have not. That sounds insane, though. But overall, the TikTok ban congressional hearing was watched by a lot, and it's going to get a lot of play on TikTok. TikTok is now juicing on the lobbying side as well. But it's just pure xenophobia, specifically xenophobia, but it's pure xenophobia. The fact that in the United States of America, the exact opposite argument stands for fucking platforms not performing well enough for right-wing hateful content creators, while they simultaneously turn around and tell TikTok, like, oh, you got to moderate your platform better, is so obvious. It's so obvious what they're fucking upset at. They're upset because, again, a Chinese company is profoundly successful. It's not a Silicon Valley company. It's a Chinese company, and that is no good. Now, does this mean TikTok has a lot of power? Absolutely. TikTok does have a lot of power. TikTok could potentially brainwash gigantic swaths of the population. We know this already, okay? But it's the same as Cambridge Analytica. It's the same as Facebook. It's the same as fucking Twitter. Maybe a little bit more successful because it's more successful as a platform, especially because of how unhinged its fucking algorithms are, right? But ultimately, the fear that they have is that it's an uncontrollable entity because it's not a part of the American security apparatus. It's not something that has, it doesn't have backdoors into the FBI and the NSA and the CIA. Do you see what I'm saying? As far as, like, data privacy, as far as security over your data goes, though, that is a laughable notion. It is a laughable notion because it doesn't matter what platform you go to, your data is always being sold. So if the Chinese government wanted to get your data, they would just buy it from a data broker, which possibly could even be cheaper for them. Eva Side, director of cybersecurity at EFF, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, had a really good take that I retweeted. She said, if you think the U.S. needs a TikTok ban and not a comprehensive privacy law regulating data brokers, you don't care about privacy. You just hate that a Chinese company has built a dominant social media platform, which is why I said I'm a bit of a centrist on this issue, because the arguments that they launched towards TikTok are valid with respect to data. The argument that they launched towards TikTok are valid with respect to regulating and moderating the platform. Does that make sense? Like, those are valid, except those are valid for all of the platforms. And the American government doesn't care about any of those other platforms as long as there's a backdoor in a fucking, as long as our State Department has our intelligence communities have a backdoor into all of those other platforms. Okay? They don't like it because it's the Chinese doing it to us. That's it. So on the other hand, the hyper-focus against TikTok, I also understand, is coming from a disingenuous perspective. It's not a data privacy perspective. It's just an anti-China perspective. You get it? What do you mean have a back door? Intelligence communities can operate on all of these social media platforms without any sort of fucking scrutiny and can talk to them directly to get information about you if they want to. Okay? Spying, like actually spying. They can do it through your ISPs. They can do it through your social security networks. They can do it through wherever the fuck they can. You have no privacy on the internet. I think most people kind of understand that, but I guess like it's still shocking to many when you openly state it. I do think that the move to ban TikTok should be viewed as a second Silicon Valley bailout because our domestic tech monopolists and rent seekers got decadent and can't make compelling or even basically functional products anymore and lost the race for prime age users to a Chinese company. Yeah, it's a bailout of garbage like this that's so stupidly conceived and executed that even people working on its product teams don't want to use it. That's it. Meta can't steal from like American creators any longer, like Instagram, because all of these gigantic social media oligopolists, they do the exact same shit. They find a product that is popping off and they try to steal it. And if they can't, or they try to buy it, and if they can't do a predatory merger, okay, or a predatory acquisition, then they will turn around and recreate the exact same product. They did it with Snapchat. Instagram did it. They bought Instagram, and then they literally put stories on there because Snapchat was popping. Now they're doing Reels because TikTok is popping. Okay? Being addicted to TikTok is praxis now. Wait, what? Nothing is praxis. You're on Twitch, okay? You're just trying to get a better understanding of what's going on in the world, or like a little bit different of an understanding of what you get from mainstream media. That's it, okay? There's no praxis here. I am not fucking funding the revolutionary vanguard in the third world. Shut the fuck up. I don't know why people make this like false assertion. I see it all the time on the internet, on left Twitter, and I see it all the time from my haters that make it seem like giving me fucking $5 is actually done because you think that I'm going to bring about socialism tomorrow. I'm not going to do that, okay? I'm going to buy more fucking Gucci shirts. Shut the fuck up. Everyone in here knows that. Come on, bro. This is not exclusive to the U.S. This is how corporations works. If you have a moat, a.k.a. Reels, then other corporations will do the same thing and others to increase their profit margins is normal. Brother, I don't know if you know what community you're in, but like, yes, what is normal and what is like actually decent are two entirely different subjects, okay? I know it's normal. Sakura Gore, thank you for the 5. Get the subs. Allowing 5 people to no longer see the top of the hour ad break when it comes. It's not here yet. Okay. Some of your chatter's logic is basically, why hasn't my intro biology professor personally cured cancer yet? I mean, it is a little bit like that. You're right, but remember when Spotify did Wrapped and then Apple Music and YouTube copied it? That's truly innovative. Yeah. TikTok is the exact same, is in the same vein as the Dengus gamble. Okay. Opening up China to international markets because of its robust labor force that could be offer capitalists what they want, a larger profit margin because of an exploitable, a much easily exploitable fucking labor force that just had so many people that it could throw at the problem, is in the exact same vein as TikTok. Okay? The Chinese know what you like, and they just make what you like, and that's it. And if you like it too much and it becomes successful, you're like, oh man, this is really fucked up. And even TikTok itself wasn't a new product. Like, it literally is not even TikTok itself is not even a new product. They just recognized that it was a good product. It is basically a reskinned Vine that turned into Musical.ly, that turned into TikTok and became what it is now. That's what it was. And a lot of people fucking forget that. Anyway, Kolga Bolga, thank you for the 50 gifted subs, by the way. 50 big ones. Hasan, why do you care if data is stolen? I don't get it. I mean, ultimately, it brings up privacy concerns, and I think that is valid. But at this point, it's impossible, like absolutely impossible to fight back against it. So I don't know how else to describe it other than that. Like, it's a violation. I mean, here's a great example of what happens. SafeGraph's disingenuous claims about location data mask a dangerous industry. The Electronic Frontier Foundation covered this. Motherboard reported on it. The data broker SafeGraph was selling location information related to visits to clinics that provide abortions, including Planned Parenthood facilities. They also can give it to law enforcement agencies, too, in southern states. Do you understand? That's one way that they can do it. Also, ironic, because this is precisely what Palantir does, too. Like, Palantir's entire purpose, Peter Thiel's Palantir, its entire purpose of existence is basically, scouring the interweb and creating better surveillance measures and better surveillance systems for those, for law enforcement and for the intelligence communities. That's what they do. Kolga Bolga, another 20 gifted subs. Holy shit. This guy's really funding the Vanguard today. You are batting 1,000 on this. You're correct on all fronts. It was shocking and nice to see the whole American population universally reject Congress as propaganda, which bodes well. I don't think the entirety, Kolga Bolga with another 10. What is happening, dude? This guy's like, bro, I'm trying to give you as many Gucci shirts as you possibly can. You please go buy more Gucci shirts. So, yeah, he named it Palantir. Yes. The Sauron Eye. Yeah, that's what he named it. My cousin's cybersecurity software engineer in DC for the government, and he claims TikTok is not nearly as bad as the media make them out to be. There's much worse out there. Of course. I mean, you have Facebook, dude. But the reality is, I think the majority of the American public, especially the older population, fucking despise TikTok and are terrified of China spying on us. Like, that much is true for sure. Virtual Meal, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Brandan, GBC, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I don't know what's happening. Why are you guys gifting so much today? So that's what's going on currently. In response, SafeGraph agreed to stop selling data about Planned Parenthood visitors, but it also defended its behavior, claiming SafeGraph is always committed to the highest level of privacy practices, ensuring individual privacy is never compromised. The company, it continued, only sells data about physical places, not individuals. The framing is misleading. First, SafeGraph for years did sell data about individuals and then remained closely tied to a business that still did so. Second, The aggregated location data that SafeGraph now sells is based on the same sensitive individual location traces that are collected and sold without meaningful consent. Yeah. Sakura Gore, thank you for the 25. Get the subs. Knife emoji, thank you for the 5. Get the subs. You also have to remember at least some percentage of this government pushback on TikTok is from their kids or their lobbyists, kids being addicted to it. It's like when Christian parents say certain things are evil because they don't want to dump money into it. Yeah, I think like that is also true. Everyone's fucking child is on TikTok. LeGrand Legend, thank you for the 5. Get the subs. And I think that pisses the parents off. That scares parents, especially because it's a Chinese company. They don't want China controlling what their fucking children think, brother. That's what it is.
A lot of it is just plain old racism too, though, for sure. Like, you gotta know, like...
My goat.
A lot of just Americans definitely think some shit about China, for sure.
My goat.
Right? 100%.
Right.
Straight up. Yeah. What? Chat, you know... Bro, China has always been used as like a war, like a term for like the Trump people, guys, right? Wasn't it used as a weapon for Trump all the time? Like, China's gonna, guys, you need to get me in because China's economy is gonna take over. China's gonna be taking control. Like, wasn't that always the narrative of China taking over or some shit like that? It's always been the narrative.
Yoria Orpheus, thank you for the 5 gifted.
From American politics standpoint, Trump and shit like that.
How would a ban affect the movie or music industry? Oh, dude, here's what will happen. From the consumer side, fear not. TikTok is too valuable a product to like rock the boat dramatically. What will end up happening is, let's say they actually push through on a forcible ban. So then TikTok has to basically divest, or ByteDance has to divest out of TikTok, and then Facebook or another massive fucking power player in Silicon Valley purchases TikTok instead. Hopefully it's not like an Elon Musk style takeover though, because Elon Musk is like purposely fucking destroying his platform. Junior Turtle, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Ultimately it'll be the same fucking platform. It's gonna be the same platform. They're just gonna still steal your data. They're probably gonna steal your data more. And that's it. It's less about privacy and more about TikTok's ability to sway public opinion. It's the perfect psyop tool. Yes, that I think is the real nefarious side of TikTok. Right now, I think TikTok is on autopilot. And TikTok on autopilot is still pretty fucking devastating because as we've seen, when platforms are not heavily moderating and heavily regulating what you are allowed to see on the algo, and TikTok is certainly not doing that because of how, and that's precisely why it's so fucking successful. But when platforms are not heavily regulating what you see on the algo, you get a lot of fucking psychotic right-wing shit on there. Or you get a lot of like weird, even left-wing content on there too. It's just like engaging. Being like a weirdo fucking psycho is engaging for many ways and many respects. And that's why you see like all the fucking insane rad lib zoomers on TikTok talking about how, like, you know, if you've ever forgotten to respond to a text message from a girl, that means you're like akin to a criminal who needs to be punished by the law. And then everyone goes on and like tries to fucking dox the person. Or you have like insane right-wing conspiracies about like how the Jews are responsible for, your 401ks or whatever. It's just like insanity galore. That's it. Or you have the 22-year-old alpha male dropshippers. Yes. So right now, even on autopilot, it's like pretty damaging to our youth, I think, in general, because they are power users of it. But that basically speaks to how successfully it could melt the minds or mold the minds of our younger generation. And you want to know why I think that? You want to know why I believe that? Let me tell you why I believe that. Because TikTok, owned by ByteDance, exists in China. It's just not TikTok. It's called Douyin. and it's heavily fucking regulated by the Chinese government. That's it. So the very same fucking corporation and the very same structure is an entirely different product in China. If TikTok wasn't so Ameribrained, they would do it like Douyin, but they don't. What damage can you explain? I mean, everything that you see, especially when you're impressionable and especially when you're young, can shape your worldview in dramatic ways. Now, obviously, ultimately, the material conditions are significantly more important, especially because culture is derived from the material conditions that you exist under. However, because of that, right-wing propaganda can be so effective at like radicalizing people. Okay, and it does. It often does. Meta will collect whatever they can within the law and abuse the data. Banning TikTok won't stop CEOs from getting dragged in front of Congress saying write a law pussies over and over and over again. Yeah, but it's not any different than literally any other social media. It's just more successful amongst the youth in comparison to any other social media. It's more addictive than any other social media, but the principles are the exact same. Again, and there are valid concerns there for social media, certainly. But the reality is that the reason why this conversation is even taking place is because it's a Chinese-owned company. That's it. This is somewhat related, but we recently talked about data safety in my sociology course, and it brought us to a discussion about data usage in China and how private data is used to better society by basically eliminating crime at a cost of privacy. I personally favor this concept because I don't really care who has my data. But do you have a take on something like that? Yes, that's fucking awful. That is terrifying. That is literally, you're describing Minority Report because you don't know what is considered a crime. You think in America, let's say in the United States of America, whistleblowing is a crime because it basically is. Okay? I am never in favor of a surveillance state. I will never be in favor of a surveillance state because I know what the state does with all of its surveillance. Like, it's never good. That's never a good thing. Okay? Because the state decides what's allowed and what's not allowed. Not all crimes are crimes. Let's say the state basically openly decides whistleblowing is a crime. Now you have a conversation amongst yourselves, amongst your colleagues about potentially whistleblowing on a particular matter that is like literally killing people, right? You're working for DuPont, and DuPont is like dumping toxic waste into the fucking natural water supply, destroying it. People are getting cancer. You want to fucking release that information. They find that beforehand because they're constantly surveilling your social media communications, and then they arrest you ahead of time. Do you think that that's okay? No. In the United States of America, it's practically fucking illegal to unionize your workplace. It's not illegal, but it's very, very difficult. Let's say they make it illegal to unionize your workplace in the future. Now they can use that surveillance apparatus to fucking criminalize your activity. But they are already doing that for abortion, like we talked about. Abortion has been criminalized in red states. They're going to data brokers right now to purchase information on people that are visiting abortion clinics already. So we don't even need to go to the future to find that. I just described to you in how they do this in America.
Or it doesn't matter who owns the company. It matters who controls it, who influences it. It matters that in China, there are no real private companies. Every company is subject, every corporation is subject to China's so-called security law, which forces these companies to turn over any information the Beijing government wants at the whim of the Beijing government. That means American user data. That is why American journalists are being tracked by China. That is why if you've got TikTok on your phone, China can track your location, they can track your keystrokes, they can read your phone messages, your contact list, all of this stuff. It's because the CCP effectively controls all major corporations in China.
I mean, they can... Did he just say if you put TikTok on your phone, it's a keylogger? Is that what he just said? I mean, I don't think it's to that level, but it is if you use the in-app browser. TikTok's in-app browser includes codes that can monitor your keystrokes, researcher says. When TikTok users enter a website through a link on the app, TikTok inserts a code that can monitor much of their activity on the outside websites, including their keystrokes. Jesus Christ. That's how aggressive the fucking desktop monitoring is. What the fuck? TikTok can, and so does Microsoft. So does Facebook. Facebook fails HIPAA. Meta does that too. I did not know it was like that. Holy shit. Yeah, they know your OnlyFans history completely. If that's the... Brother, I'm going to be honest with you. They know your OnlyFans history. You click on that link tree, TikTok knows, baby. You click on that link tree, Facebook knows. You're misunderstanding what in-app browser means? Fuck. Hold on. All right, I'm going to play this. I'll be back in a second.
Or the 150 million users of your app, because it is an extension of the CCP.
Chu said the company is working to build a firewall dubbed Project Texas to store and protect user data in the U.S.
I have seen no evidence that the Chinese government has access to that data.
I find that actually preposterous.
The panel also probed what safeguards the app has to shield teens from harmful content.
TikTok could be designed to minimize the harm to kids, but a decision was made to aggressively addict kids in the name of profits.
After more than 5 hours, many weren't satisfied.
He was completely vague. That's not sufficient.
In a statement, TikTok fired back, saying the day was dominated by police.
But isn't China the ultimate surveillance state? Don't they have social credit score and AI facial recognition tech to track citizens everywhere? You know, I might be brainwashed by Joe Rogan, so please educate me. What you just described, what you just said, every in-app browser does this, but what you also just described is what America is doing currently as well. The Chinese social credit system has been exaggerated dramatically in America, especially by those who are like, especially by like Joe Rogan and the like. But America is currently using AI facial recognition tech, and America is currently utilizing and has been utilizing for a much longer time than even fucking China, a credit system. It's just called your credit score. So all that sort of stuff exists both in China and also in the United States of America as well. I'm just brainwashed? No, I mean, it's okay. Everyone's brainwashed. This doesn't mean it's good, by the way. It's not. I don't like the credit system. I don't like the social credit system, and I don't like the fucking credit system in the United States of America. Okay? I think AI facial recognition technology is terrifying. Do not misunderstand me. These are all bad things. So it's not good when China's doing. Just because I fucking dick ride Xi Jinping when he builds, fast trains and shit doesn't change that reality that like China as a state is doing, global hegemonic superpower shit, and global hegemonic superpower shit is oftentimes unacceptable. It might be marginally less invasive than like the American structure or anything like that, but ultimately it doesn't matter. If we're talking about like China's like debtor economy, if we're talking about like China's One Belt One Road initiative, or the way that they deal with like African nations and whatnot, it might be marginally better than the Western world in some respects. But as far as like domestic surveillance goes, China is even more aggressive than the United States of America. Marginally, what? China's foreign policy is dramatically better than the United States of America. That is objectively a fact. Now, that all might change as they become the official superpower, okay? That might change down the line when they become the official superpower, okay? But as it stands currently, it is infinitely better. That's not a hot take. That's not a hot take. That's not a hot take. And also, on top of that, literally, there is a reason why African nations would rather fucking work with Chinese loans than the IMF. That's not a hot take. That's not even my take. Fucking even Foreign Policy magazine says this, like openly admits it. It's only a hot take because China bad. And China is bad. They give better conditions on loans, and those conditions do not fucking revolve around like austerity measures being implemented. So technically, it's not a hot take, it's a cold take. But as far as like China's domestic surveillance on its own citizens, it's awful. It's fucking truly awful. It's very authoritarian. It's not good. Information control is pretty bad. You can't really be a dissident, in the same way that like I can be a fucking asshole in America. China isn't bad. You're Ameribrain dipshit. What? How do the deal with African nations? Please tell us how it's bad. The wild China fear mongering is wild. Okay. This is really odd to get mad at me over because I think I'm pretty, I'm pretty open-minded, and oftentimes will say things that either jokingly or not even jokingly that are openly in support of multipolarity, openly in support of the Chinese government. So, when I talk about Chinese foreign policy being significantly better than American foreign policy, significantly less devastating than American foreign policy, and you're upset because, I didn't glaze Top-G hard enough? What is this? Here comes the shut up tanky shit? No, I'm not even saying that. What tanks, dumbass? What tanks? The notion that, you're a tanky because you support the Chinese state is so fucking stupid. China has never done anything that is resembling fucking sending tanks into Hungary, okay? It's so stupid. Shut up. We're done. We're done with this idiotic fucking idiotic back and forth. I just don't want people who call themselves Marxist Leninists to forget the critical part of critical support, okay? That means offering criticism sometimes when it's worthy. Yeah, I wonder how the Maoist guerrilla fighters in the Philippines, Indonesia feel about China. Wait, what do you mean? The Chinese app TikTok quite literally solidified Bong Marcos's chances in the Philippines. If it was so invested in changing people's attitudes, if they were so invested in changing people's attitudes about, even smaller nation states that you could absolutely exercise your power over, I certainly feel like they would have done a better job of doing that. Bong Marcos is a U.S. ally, not a Chinese one? Yeah, that's my point. Take down the comments once we get past the base. Saying it's hyper-authoritarian because it shits on capitalist dissidents is moronic. Yeah, take down the comments once we get past basic dunks. Wait, what? Saying it's hyper-authoritarian because it shits on capitalist dissidents? The Chinese surveillance state is significant. The Chinese surveillance state exists in the same vein that the American surveillance state exists. This much we already talked about. But China is also much more active in and much more hands-on in dealing with people that they are surveilling around the clock. A person like myself cannot exist within the boundaries of China. If there was a person like myself who had the exact opposite point of view, okay, and was basically criticizing the Chinese government endlessly, okay, they could have done it from Hong Kong, but now they have to do it from America, basically. Point is, they can't do it to, they can't talk as openly and do counter propaganda in the same vein inside of the borders, inside of the boundaries of the country. It's so funny when motherfuckers are like, bro, you're not defending China hard enough when a gigantic chunk of the American population, when they hear anything that I say about China that is considered to be even remotely objective and sometimes even positive, they go, oh, dude, you are literally a spy for Xi Jinping. You are a communist psycho. You're an agent for the Chinese state. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, the guy is fucking mad that I'm not glazing China hard enough. That's insane. That's crazy. No, I don't think it's okay. I will always tell you, I am I think America is too cocky and too confident because of how much power it holds. And that is precisely the reason why America has allowed the Western world to have pretty much a hands-off approach and a libertarian attitude towards free speech. That's it. That's literally the only reason. There have been moments when the United States of America had no free speech, or free speech resembling what we have currently, during times of war, as a matter of fact. That's it. I just don't like the China bad phrasing, period. To be honest, read Red Star over the Third World, and I think there would be, where would we be had China collapse like the USSR? I do think you are fair with China, and I get that China is authoritarian when it comes to its control over media and information, but they kind of have a reason to do what they're doing domestically, given America's ability to spend unlimited dollars on global information warfare. Yes, that is the same reason why I routinely describe, Cuba and the way that Cuba operates as well. That is the correct take. No, I understand that is part of the reason. But as China becomes the global superpower that the United States is right now, especially through economic means rather than through direct warfare, okay, it could ease up on that free speech, but they don't seem to be interested in doing anything like that. Now, can Cuba do that? Fuck no. Like, Cuba is a tiny island nation. Like, no shot, right? It's inside of the ass cheeks of the largest imperialist superpower on the fucking planet that has been genuinely causing bloodshed and all-out war in many respects for a very long time. It's like Cuba can't ease on the reins, for sure. I'm not going to talk about Canada. It's so boring. Proceeds to debate random 18-year-old chatters with a brain least takes for the next 2 hours. I think it's actually much more interesting to talk about, yes, multipolarity and you know, a possible new superpower in the ring than it is to talk about Canada, which is America's hat, both literally and also when it comes to foreign policy. Okay? Sorry. Like, no disrespect. Like I said, I love Canada, but like, Snow Mexico is just America's hat. Like, go sell more weapons to the fucking Saudis. You know what I mean? USA is Canada's diaper. I love that. Dude, it'd be so much funnier if we had like a Balkan style, if NA had like Balkan style shit talking, like USA, Canada diaper, actually, fuck you. You know what I mean? Your mother is sheepdog. Your mother is sheep, your father is dog. You build wall for southern border. Why no build wall for north? No more Americans coming into Canada. That kind of thing. Like Balkan posting, but for NA. I think it's interesting that CSIS, Canadian CIA's manufacturing culture war against China so that we can be on the US side of the multipolarity. I mean, it's understandable why they would do that. Okay? That does make sense. The tri-state area has a potential for Balkan posting. Yeah, okay.
Political grandstanding.
Hi everyone, it's Show here.
Chu's testimony comes at a challenging time for the platform, which boasts more than 150 million American users and more than 1 billion worldwide. Its parent company, ByteDance, is under investigation by the Department of Justice for alleged spying, and the Biden administration has threatened to ban TikTok unless it divests, while Congress pledges more action.
The chair of the committee says she plans to move quickly on legislation involving TikTok. In response to the CEO's testimony this morning, Chinese leaders announced that China has never, nor would it ever, ask any company for data or intelligence in foreign countries. Back to you, Tony.
Yeah, lawmakers saying that's hard to believe. Nicole, thank you very much. We are joined now by Commissioner Brendan Carr.
Yeah, Commissioner Brendan Carr, tell us on whether or not TikTok could be banned. All this dick riding Xi. I mean, I listen, when there's a dick that deserves to be rode, I'm gonna ride it, okay? I'm gonna fucking ride it harder than the top of the hour ad break hits you in the fucking face. Do you understand me? Because at the top of the hour, there is a 3-minute ad break, okay? If you no longer want to see those ads, as we continue and talk about the FC Commissioner Brendan Carr and whether or not TikTok could be banned, if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or you can do for free with a Twitch Prime. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Use your gifted subs here if you would like. The man from the ether, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I mean, there was like a million different fucking gifted subs that came earlier. So if you haven't gotten one, I don't know what to tell you. Steve AOK, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Infinite Ryman, thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
Of the FCC, that's the federal agency that oversees our country's communication laws and regulations. Commissioner Carr, good morning. I want to clarify, you don't have direct control or regulatory power over TikTok. Now, that could change, but you have been leading and shaping opinion on this issue. So to the more than 100 million Americans who are using this app apparently without great concern, why do you support a ban?
Yeah, look, I think the evidence we have now is crystal clear. For years, TikTok represented that very little data, if any, goes back to Beijing. And there was a blockbuster story over the summer that got internal communications that said, no, in fact, quote, everything is seen in China. There was a story that they were using the app, TikTok, to surreptitiously surveil the locations of specific Americans. They denied it. Later, internal emails came out that said, no, we're doing it. As the segment noted, FBI and DOJ are looking at that. Ahead of our most recent midterm elections, the CCP state media set up TikTok accounts to target politicians here for divisive content. So I think we have a lot of evidence of the risk. And look, I've testified before that same committee many times, sat in that same chair, and I've never.
Dude, I love this because, like, again, literally everything that they're saying is just about social media. This is like, you know what this is like? Okay, I'm gonna use a very Twitch related argument for this, an analogy. This is like when Trainwreck constantly fucking gets mad at me for shit that like xQc is doing, or for shit that like everyone else has said about him, even if I haven't done anything, right? But because he can't like yell at them because those are his friends, right? And they have big audiences and they have a lot of overlap. He has to fucking yell at me instead. Like I'm the enemy here. And that's exactly what it is with China. Like every single thing this guy's saying is about every social media platform. Like the argument is for every social media platform, except on top of that, they're just saying China. And it's weird. It puts me in a weird predicament. It puts me in a weird position because like they're not wrong. The things that they're talking about are bad. Like it is bad. They're right. It's just that it's not going to stop. They're just only mad because China's doing it. Does that make sense? It's such a weird thing to watch where I'm just like, dude, I totally agree with you, but also like, what the fuck are you saying? Yeah, Facebook knew their algorithms were fucking up the minds of adolescent children, causing them to be depressed and even on the even attempt to commit suicide, and have a fucking whistleblower bring it to light. I'd rather have China own the same thing. At least I'm helping fund a bullet train or some shit. No, they're not. That's not happening. No, I don't care. I don't care who owns it. I don't give a shit if China owns it. I don't give a shit if Argentina owns it. Okay? I just do care about like the government regulating certain aspects of this though. Does that make sense? What is this? Oh, yeah. Republicans loving guns until a minority starts arming themselves in response to people calling it for their eradication and targeting them through legislation and violence. Funny how that happens. Oh, I love that. I don't know, man. Oh, yeah, we're going to do the Afroman story in a little bit. It's just, it is fucking hilarious, dude. And ultimately, for a lot of young people, I think it basically comes down to I enjoy China. I enjoy TikTok. That's it.
Never seen anything like that. Really, the day could not have gone any worse for TikTok.
Do you think we'd be having this kind of conversation if TikTok were owned by, say, a Swedish company or a Finnish company like Angry Birds or Spotify, for example? Is it about it being Chinese that's really driving all this concern?
He's going to say,
look, we have a baseline level of concern with all applications.
Here's that's actually a very good question. Now, the reason why he can ask that question is not because he's like looking for biases in the situation. They both already are China bad. The reason why people can like basically get away with being like, yeah, no, I think it's an additional concern that China owns it. In any other situation, people will be like, wait, what? Really? Like, that's fucking crazy. Not on this one, though, because everyone is already operating under the behest of, no, that's not a very rare U.S. media W. You don't understand. They already have manufactured the consent, which is precisely the reason why they can get away with literally openly stating it. Do you not get it? No one will fight back against you except for like some of the worst nerds on the planet that say it's xenophobia. Do you not get it? This community is one of the few communities where there's like a more neutral stance towards China, and that's why like a lot of people go, "Oh, dude, you're a fucking communist." You know what I mean?
whether they're based in Europe or Silicon Valley itself. We've had a lot of hearings in Congress about that, and there's work right now on sort of data privacy laws that put some baseline protections in place for everybody. But what we're seeing is there's something exceptionally unique about TikTok. And one way we can see that is there's a sister app, Douyin, that's available in China. TikTok itself is not. And there they show educational material, museum exhibits, science experiments to kids.
He's right.
And here we get things like...
He's right. He's fucking right. He is right. He is so right. This is 100% correct. But it also pertains to every single social media platform. Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all of it. He is right. But it's every single fucking social media platform because the Chinese government heavily regulates it.
Content that shows young girls eating disorder and self-harm. And so I think there's something very unique about it. That's why you see bipartisan support. FBI Director Chris Wray.
Yeah, it's so unique. You famously have no eating disorder commentary on fucking any other platform. Come on, brother. Come the fuck on, brother. Jesus Christ, dude.
Democrat Senator Mark Warner, chair of Senate Intel, saying that TikTok itself scares the dickens out of him.
Yeah, there are parental concerns, there are security concerns. Lawmakers seem to have a pretty clear line of thought on this. TikTok is owned by ByteDance. ByteDance is Chinese, and under Chinese law, it is accountable to the Communist Party there in that country. With that chain of events, is there anything short of an outright ban that you would support?
No, I don't see it at this point. Even the White House last week reports where they went to TikTok and said, look, you either have to divest Chinese ownership, or face a potential ban. I think that's the right thing. The most important thing that the TikTok CEO had to do yesterday was build some level of trust and credibility with Congress. And in that effort, I think he completely failed. And so we'll see. Look, there's still a lot of time left. There's still a lot of issues, potential hurdles to get legislation passed or to get the Treasury Department, which is looking at this, to take action. But really, the trust is just bottoming out for TikTok. And it doesn't look good. Look, there's 150 million Americans that are on this for sure. And so we got to make the case to them very clearly that there's a risk here.
All right.
That's so funny. Also,
resources you
step aside, Hasan. We have a new goat.
Spanish language. Last year, the Congressional Hispanic Caucus met with TikTok. This was one of the conversations and a source of the discussion was addressing Spanish language disinformation and misinformation. It remains an urgent priority for the Congressional Hispanic Caucus as Hispanics across the country increasingly turn to social media for vital information. We heard earlier in this hearing that there was video, there was a TikTok post threatening the chair of the committee, and it took some 40 days to take it down. So I guess I'm a little concerned if your team doesn't have the resources and the capability to flag back, what kind of capability?
xQcCP is what they're calling him. I love that.
Spanish speakers.
Is he defending TikTok? Is he defending? Dude, his love for Booba on TikTok is causing him to defend China. That's awesome. I fucking love that, dude.
And we are open to all everyone to come here and freely express their views. So it is our commitment to make sure that the safety of those users, regardless of the language, and of course, the Spanish language user base is super important to us.
Okay,
we need to make sure that we continue to invest in that.
Okay, so you don't have an answer then. Okay, I will look forward in your coming back. We've heard a lot about the concerns about children who may be on TikTok. Mr. Chu, at what age do you think it would be appropriate for a young person to get on TikTok?
We have 3 different experiences here in the United States. There is an experience for under 13s, which is highly restricted.
I'm asking what you think would be the appropriate age to have a child get on TikTok.
Our approach is to give differentiated experiences for different age groups and let the parents have these conversations with their children to decide what's best for their family.
So you think that there is a sufficient safety mechanism for an 8-year-old to be able to access TikTok?
An 8-year-old's experience on TikTok will be so highly restricted that every single piece of content he or she will be vetted by Common Sense, our third-party child safety expert.
I don't know how we would watch it together, though.
The 8-year-old will not be able to post, and the 8-year-old will not be able to see any personalized
I'm gonna call him.
And zero advertising in that experience.
The biggest weapon to all Chinese propaganda, dog shit, trash, harmful, anti-child material is parenting.
No, that's not. I see. This
Holy
is.
shit!
He's agreeing with it
Parenting.
from a libertarian perspective. That's like he's agreeing with it from that point. Because
I have seen this news
okay, my
articles on
microphone is
regular
working.
that
All
my
right.
kids live in Singapore, and in
I
Singapore,
don't know why.
we do not have the under 13
So fucking
experience.
woke.
If they lived here in the United States, I'll let them use the under 13 experience.
Okay, so you're saying it's because
It echoed for a second because I was testing my microphone. Chat, chill.
It's for it's your job as a parent to find solutions, right? To when you're not there, when you're away, for the devices not to run fucking rampant and give it dog. If that means they cannot have the device, so fucking be it. Does that sound extreme? Yeah, there's other solutions, right?
No, it's not because it's POC that he's getting cut off.
It's your job. When you become a parent, you have your job as an engineer or whatever, right? Or a worker at a job. You now have a second job. You're not a parent, right? It's your job to find solutions tailored for your lifestyle, for your children not to be harmed by online social media behaviors and ongoings. It's your, if you cannot take this
So wait,
job
what's
next
your take
time,
on the situation?
wear a fucking condom, the fuck, or just jerk off, pussy.
I think that I don't have the perfect answers for this, which is like the worst thing to admit. I really don't know how to like enforce regulation, but I do believe some level of regulation is a necessity for all social media platforms. Yeah, I do. I think it's a very unpopular thing to admit. It's a very unpopular thing to say, and I don't know what it would look like on the policy front. But yeah, I think that there is very valid concerns, not for TikTok, but for all social media, because, you know, moms and dads are never going to be able to. What about porn? Oh, fuck yeah, dude. What? What do you mean, what about porn? Why, you think I was be like, no, porn galore? No. We don't know what will happen to this generation that has uninterrupted access to all matter of different fucking pornographic material on the internet. Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro, this is my daily Hasan political update.
Bro, I'm seeing you. You're saying family regulation or a family should fucking check in on their own children, which
is that bad take or not?
I think that's an understandable thing to say. I agree. I think that parents should do good parenting, but obviously you can't always expect that, which is why I think that I'm in a weird situation where I'm a super centrist on this matter, on the TikTok issue, because on the one hand, I think that they're like aggressively fucking attacking TikTok because it's Chinese, but like the problems that they're bringing up literally exist for all social media.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. A question. This will sound fucking brain dead, but I'm gonna try to go ahead and do it anyway. If you go on most devices in the U.S., right, even households that have that sort of dynamic, and you were to go to a computer that's accessible by everybody and type Pornhub and you enter, do you think that actually goes through and you can see all the images? Is it gonna pop up? Well, I think yes. Right? I think, I think this stuff is, I think anything's accessible, but there are solutions against them, right? And I think that falls into the hands of the parents, right? Bro.
Yeah, I think parents should do better at controlling what their children definitely look at, but when you're writing policy, you can't really factor that in. You can't really factor individual responsibility into policy provisions because, I mean, that's a very American way to look at situations. But like, no matter what happens, like seatbelt laws, for example, right? Like you can just say everyone should wear a seatbelt and it's up to you as an individual to wear a seatbelt, right? Like if you don't wear a seatbelt, well, you fucked up. But the reason why we have laws around it is because a lot of people don't actually do that. So you have to factor in for the stupidest person possible, just like you have to factor in for the stupidest parents possible when you're regulating this kind of content. And I actually don't know what the best practices are either.
I do know what it is. This makes things very difficult for monetizing and other things, but the extreme solution is having something like YouTube for Kids. YouTube for Kids is heavily moderated, very curated, and content's very pure I think, for children, right? And if you would have the same type of vibe with TikTok, then it would be hard to break out of the circle when you're entering that. I'm pretty sure, guys, YouTube for Kids is fantastic for kids. It does really good.
And that happened because there was a massive problem on YouTube, right? Like there was a massive problem
yeah.
on YouTube with respect to like what kind of stuff was like being shown to children from like Elsa Gate or whatever, right? Like or Frozen Gate. I think that that is actually understandable to implement for every single platform, whether it be Facebook, whether it be YouTube. There's also another component here, though. I agree with you. I think that's a good way to do it. That's like, and if companies don't do it, the government should step in and be like, no, you have to do it. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what the law says, or I don't give a fuck what the Constitution says. Like, you have to do it. I think that would be.
The problem is, though, is that usually that's when you have a full-fledged product already, right? And then you're refining your product. The problem is that apps are growing so fast, so quickly, right? That by the time that it would be time to implement those things and apply those laws, I feel like the damage has already been done, right? So now I get it. Like TikTok is kind of big now, so I guess it's kind of time. But these are things that are like difficult to implement overall. But what do you think? Okay. Do you think he's hearing it? The guy's being disingenuous. The guy that answers the questions, or what?
I mean, he's a CEO, so of course he's being like a little disingenuous. But there's a lot of truth to what he's stating when he says our practices are no different than any other social media company.
Real.
Like that part is like 100% true. If anything, they might even be a little bit better than other social media companies because they, from what I understand, TikTok doesn't sell data to data brokers in the same way that like other corporate entities do in America. The entire issue here is literally TikTok is too successful and it's not ours. Okay. It belongs to the Chinese, and that's terrifying. That's basically what they're saying over and over again, because every single argument that they launch towards TikTok with respect to regulation, content moderation, right? Every single argument that they launch towards like data privacy, data security, every single one of those arguments is actually the exact same argument you can launch towards Mark Zuckerberg, that you can launch towards even Amazon, you can launch towards Elon Musk.
So what all these answers start with like industry standards, right? Because if you're gonna cut them off from doing a certain practice, you have to cut them off. You have to cut off everybody, right? Because the practice is bad, not the company. Because I do agree though that a lot of things that are happening on TikTok happened on Vine, happened on other platforms.
It happened on MySpace. It even happened on like fucking MySpace. People were like killing themselves and shit, like those challenges and shit.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Tide Pod was from Vine.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, well, TikTok is technically just a Vine reskin anyway. It was Vine and then Musical.ly, and then
Vine
TikTok bought Musical.ly and blew it the fuck up because it like blew the doors off the algo and basically let shit fly no matter what, right? So ultimately, I think, and this is what other people are speculating on as well, the reason why they're doing this is because, like, you know how Meta, Facebook tried to do like Instagram Reels and it fucking failed? And YouTube is now doing shorts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And YouTube Shorts has been pretty successful so far, from what I understand.
They're doing good, but they're not brute forcing enough. The problem with YouTube is that they're so defensive of their main product, their YouTube content.
Yeah,
product.
the VODs. Yeah, the VODs. Yeah.
The VOD that they can never integrate a new product. But actually they never brute force it in. They're just like, there's an option, guys. You can click this if you want to. Like, it's not. They have to try like really hard, because shorts could be good, I think, but it's bad.
Yeah, I think what's going on here is that they're trying to literally brute force TikTok and sell it to an American company. I mean, they're very openly stating it. They're saying ByteDance has to divest, like, because ByteDance has to divest, so there's no Chinese involvement whatsoever, even though like TikTok has foreign investment in it as well, obviously foreign control in it, and it's actually an American, like it's a Western focused application. TikTok exists in China. It's just not called TikTok. It's called Douyin, and it's an entirely different product with respect to like how the information is controlled on there, right?
Wait, really?
Yeah. So the Chinese TikTok is called Douyin. It's also owned by ByteDance. And
That's
it's
smart then.
And on that, they have insane levels of control. Like children see like museum videos and shit. You know what I mean? You're not allowed to. They literally They literally give you like educational material. It's not the same as TikTok at all.
I mean,
in that
with
respect.
respect to both countries, I mean, they can do whatever the fuck they want. If it's their side of their side and their app and their country, I mean, what the fuck do I? I mean, my morals ethics play no role here. It's they do their thing, right?
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just the only reason why I'm pointing that out is because like I think a lot of people are upset at TikTok and they're like, "Oh, Chinese government's like controlling our minds or whatever." But like, they just gave a marketable product. That's it. They made a very marketable product that is like demonstrably successful, and now they're mad because it's owned by not Silicon Valley, but instead owned by fucking a Chinese company.
Okay, so do you think that TikTok is now like fully like Taco Bell'd into the US pretty much, or do you think it's still like kind of like still pretty Chinese type shit?
No, it's never been Chinese. TikTok has always been. That's why I said like Douyin is Chinese. TikTok is very American. So everything you criticize about TikTok, you're basically criticizing a mirror. You know, TikTok just gives you what you want to see, right? Like in your case, you want to see booba. All of your likes are booba, so TikTok shows you booba. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah. No, one about that is that you know, like, even though they own the thing, even though they own TikTok, right? Is TikTok like it's fully normal? Like, is it operating just like it was like an American-based, American-made company, pretty much, as TikTok itself in its operations, or do you think it has like weird backwards ties or like?
No, there's still a tie to the Chinese government. Yeah, I think any kind of like statement that basically diminishes China's involvement is silly. That's silly. I think that's a lie. Like it definitely still, like, the Chinese government has basically infinite levels of control over every Chinese corporation and all of its subsidiaries. So you could literally do that. You could make that argument for everything, all the way to like League of Legends. You know what I mean?
So let's say some big thing happen. I'm not trying to be a fearmonger, okay, but let's say some immense thing happens overnight. Some crazy news pops in, and then China would possibly decide to ask to just fucking backdoor data leak the whole wazoo, like instantly, right? I mean, they could, right?
What do you mean? Oh, they'd like get all of the information through backdoor measures if they want to? Yeah.
If it just says, yo, open the back door to the fucking data, and just, we need all of that. And they could just suck all like the US based, US sourced user data.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yes. I'm pretty sure they could do that. Now, here's the funny and interesting part about that, though.
I mean,
here's the interesting part about that, though. Okay. The American government also has that access to every single application, and they use it regularly, except for TikTok. I think that unless the Chinese government says, yeah, no, you can take all this information as well, we don't give a shit. I don't know if the Chinese government or like ByteDance is given backdoor access to like the FBI, NSA, CIA. But I mean, they can just look at that through your ISPs anyway. But the United States of American government already does this all the time for every single application. Now, here's the other side of it too. We have data brokers. Data brokers already are doing that for every single application as well. So there's also the private side of this. So when people say, oh man, TikTok is like stealing your information, the Chinese government doesn't need TikTok to steal your information.
Yeah,
the Chinese government could just pay for your information through a data broker if they wanted to get it. So there's no way to stop that, really.
So what I'm getting from this is that there isn't much more information than what is already sold by data brokers that would be important or crazy that somebody else would have. Like, if they want to have it, if you don't want to have most of the info, or info that matters, they can have it through data brokers. Like, I think the back door to the thing wouldn't give them a big up on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's additional information like that is hyper targeted and hyper specific to individual users that you could have when you have backdoor access into the application because it's your application, certainly. But I think ultimately, what the fuck are you clicking on right now? My Lord, dude. What the fuck was that? It's Ramadan, bro. What is this? This is haram.
Jesus.
Bro,
Okay.
think
Well,
about
okay,
the
well,
Muslim juicers, bro. They're fucking fasting.
Bro, my bad, man. My bad. Chat, guys. Sorry about that, man. Okay, then, what about, bro? What about Valorant? Doesn't Tencent own Riot Games? Riot Games Valorant,
Yeah.
Riot Vanguard on my computer.
Yeah.
And Vanguard is in the absolute core of my computer, sucking my juice, and it's linked directly to fucking China, yo.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, like, yeah. Exactly. That's why I said League of Legends. Yeah.
bro, yeah. I'm pretty sure, like
The difference is congresspersons' children are watching TikTok nonstop. 200 million Americans is the number that they fucking mentioned. Not every single person's, children are playing Valorante child game. That's the main difference. It's more about like what you point the finger at, what you point the finger of it, like what you pay attention to. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah,
That's what people are upset about, because TikTok is like so massive. You know what I mean? You can make that argument about Discord. You can make that argument about like so many companies that are owned by Chinese conglomerates.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of difficult because I feel like the point is to create the most competitive, best product they can. I think a lot of documentaries that I've watched, or like pseudoscience or scientists, or whatever, they all study data from all these social networks, and they're like, well, this is made to be as addictive as possible. Well, I do agree. I do agree that it being addictive is a byproduct, right, of making the people want to use the app, making it competitive, making it a better product. If somebody uses your app a lot, the product is good. It's addicting. Yes, I get it. I get everybody work with like a fucking like psychologists and fucking like lead people. That I get that, but everybody is. It's a competitive market. Everybody is fighting for people's attention, and it's a hyper-competitive market, right? If you want to make a better product, and
Yeah.
that's just it.
And when you can't make a better product, when you've tried and you can't make a better product, and like your innovation is like fucking VR or whatever, like Meta was doing, which was dog shit, right? Then what do? You tell the people that you've paid in Congress, the politicians that you've paid to fucking bully TikTok, because it's a Chinese company and a lot of people hate China. Americans are like terrified of China. You can get away with like that kind of messaging too, and then force them to sell it to an American, American wealthy guy. So that's they're basically using China to rent seek or they're basically using the government, Congress, to rent seek and forcibly acquire TikTok.
All right, so
TikTok's counter, on the other hand, is we'll just sell, like we won't divest, but all of your data will be inside of a Texas facility, and it'll be owned by Oracle, an American company.
That seems fair enough to me as a solution. It seems pretty dank.
Well, if the actual concern was privacy, if the actual concern was like literal privacy of American citizens, then that would be the perfect solution, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. All right. Yeah. So, is there small question? Yeah, not on discussion. Is there anything that ever comes out of, because these things happen all the time, right? These like hearings or whatever that are really stupid. Is there anything good that ever comes from this? Is there anything at all that ever gets produced or progressed through with this dog shit?
Is there any what at all that gets produced through this dog shit?
Is there any progress to this interaction of CEOs and Congress people through their questioning and answers? Is there anything good that happens from these discussions?
I think in a lot of instances, this stuff is just it's just nothing. It's just posturing. It's a little bit of content. Usually these deals are cut and people have their own perspectives on the matter before they actually engage in this theater. But it is theater ultimately.
It is theater, yeah. I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling to see these guys talk, and these guys are like the leaders I mean, these guys, these Congress people, these are they lead, they just control the game. Like the game meaning everybody in the United States, right? These people that are on this stage.
Well, not particularly. I don't think they have a lot of. I mean, they have power together, right, through the legislative body. But the reality is, they're not working for any individual interest beyond the interest of corporations. You know what I mean? Like, they're all fucking dumbasses in suits that look like they're doing something, but ultimately what they're doing is whatever corporations want. The example I use often is this. Okay. In America, the American government works at the behest of corporations. In China, the corporations work at the behest of the Chinese government. That's the main difference. So either you have full corporate control over the government, like you have in America, or you have full corporate control over corporations by the government, like you have in China.
Well, I mean, doesn't sound too bad to me, to be honest. But maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it too literally.
Which one do you think is worse? I mean, it depends, right? If corporate interests are all that matters in governance, then we're going to do whatever the fuck corporations want. Even if like the entire nation wants something, there's not going to be real democratic process. There is no democratic process in China either, because it's at the behest of whatever CCP decides, right? So if the CCP decides, you've sold spoiled milk to thousands of children, we are now going to execute you for corruption, okay, and for bribing an official, then China gets to do that, right? That would never happen in America.
Yeah, whoa. Okay. What about a hybrid? What about if the government had a big final say about stuff, right? But it was mostly user/people, like an actual democracy.
Yeah,
right?
no, what you're describing is yes, I agree. That is actually the best.
And the government would come in sometimes and be like, okay, guys, listen, I'm gonna tell you guys how it is again. On this decision, you guys all said you want this. You're all pretty fucking stupid. We're not doing this, right? And then they could like overturn some shit, right? I think that'd be pretty.
No,
good.
what you're describing is literally what it's supposed to be, and how it's supposed to work under democracy. What you're describing is how the American government is supposed to work, how we claim it works in theory, but it's never how it works. So you're right. You're absolutely correct. That is how you're supposed to do it.
I just guess that on the fly. I didn't know what I was saying, but it just seemed logical to me.
No, it is logical. Why do you think it's illogical the moment I agree with you? What the fuck?
Well, because I just thought that I sound like almost like I was like that I was radicalized, saying that like I think it should be in the interest of the people. It should be the people's what they want, but sometimes the people are dumb. A lot of times, sometimes it'd be like a veto.
I agree. I think that that's why we talked about seatbelts, right? Like, or drunk driving. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers, if there were no laws against it, motherfuckers would be like, well, I can drive drunk and be fine. It's not about drunk drivers. The problem is drunk crashers. You know what I mean? That's what they would say. But you got to have some fucking laws. Now, the problem is that when you bring up common sense and people say you're radical, that's more of an issue about how shitty the system is that we exist under. That's not your fault. You didn't say anything crazy. Yeah, you said something rational.
Well, yeah, okay, makes sense. I mean, it just because I don't know what is the best political system or whatever, right? I just can't but feel like it seems like the corporations with the money just buy everybody out and everybody's a bot, and the whole thing is just it's like Moneyball, right? But even worse than Moneyball. That's how it feels to me. And it's like, well, this is kind of dog shit, right? This is kind of trash, is it not? This is not just complete dog shit?
What?
It seems like
the current. You're saying you don't know what the best way forward is, right? You don't know what the best system is, but what? But currently, it seems like we're just going random.
No. Currently, it seems like right now it's like the government how it works is like Moneyball, right? You seen the movie Moneyball before?
Yeah. with Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill, right? But I don't know. I don't really remember what it was in Moneyball.
It's like a massive pay to win, and then they just all like, I guess, like buy them, right?
It is pay to win, yeah.
Not pay to win.
Yeah, the American government is pay to win, 100%.
Yeah. So, I mean, how did they let this come into what it is right now? Why is that? Has there never been any self-awareness as this developed to like not make it as bad as this? And
Yes,
like,
that's
guys, this is...
so the entire existence of the federal government is supposed to basically, like, everyone starts off at the same point that, like, if you let corporations go crazy, we're going to have 1920s America. You know what I mean? The Gilded Age. Like, they're going to go crazy. They're going to use child labor. They're going to do whatever the fuck they can. They're going to enslave people. You know what I mean? They're going to do whatever the fuck they can, which is why, like, governments are formed, right? Governments are formed in some ways in liberal democracies. They're basically formed to stop all of the worst aspects of corporations, of corporate greed, right? That's why. That's what the government is supposed to do, like, in a normal situation. Now, if I were to point you to examples of, like, that kind of still existing, I think one of the best examples is, like, European social democracies, where they do have some laws and some protections. You know what I mean? Like in America, for example, when you have a deposit, you have to give your landlord your deposit. In many instances, your landlord just steals that, fucking yoinks your deposit. I found out yesterday that in New Zealand, the government came in, saw that was bullshit, and basically set up a system where you have to put it in a government bank. Like, you give it to someone else, so the landlord can't just fucking yoink it, right? So that's like one way that they saw a problem and dealt with it, right?
Bro, in California, bro, I saw this shit, this squatting thing. Somebody gets into your house.
Oh, the Airbnb thing?
And now it's their house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Someone someone used pre-existing laws to basically use it to their advantage. Now, that's a little crazy, obviously. I think that does go too far. But
it's Californian to me.
No, that's not. But that's a distraction. That's like a one-off for the most part. Yeah, it's not like a common thing that's happening. What's actually happening is that there are hundreds of thousands of empty, vacant houses right now in Los Angeles, and there's around 56,000 to 60,000 homeless people in the streets. So, if it were up to me, I would try to make those empty houses full in some ways, while simultaneously building new houses as well, government-funded houses, especially because we have a lot of surplus in the tune of billions of dollars.
Well, I assume that without supervision, I mean, what if things get broken, destroyed, dirtied, or whatever? Like, who's gonna pay for that?
We do pay for that. We pay for it with our taxes already. We pay a tremendous amount of taxes. I mean, I pay right now, living in fucking Los Angeles, California. I pay basically the same level of taxes I would pay if I was in like fucking Norway. You know what I mean? And I get nothing in return for that. It's awful. Why? Because they take a lot of that money, and instead of spending it on education, instead of spending it on roads, instead of spending it on public housing, which would literally eradicate the homelessness problem and normalize the housing market a little bit, they spend it on fucking police. They don't spend it on the actual ways to solve problems. They spend it on Band-Aids. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So what about this? Okay. What about
it's like if a pharmaceutical company figured out the cure to cancer, but it was it was beneficial for them to keep cancer around and like literally beef up the medication that you have to take for the rest of your life instead of like the one-off cure.
Cancer. Well, I mean the cure to cancer, bro. Isn't cancer just like a bad deviation of fucking cells and shit like that? Isn't like cancer like a concept? It's kind of hard to like find a cure to a concept, like a mutation. Am I saying it right? Isn't cancer?
I think so. I mean, I'm not like super. I don't know. I'm not super knowledgeable on like biology and how cancer works. But from what I understand, it's literally just like replicating cells, right? Like a cluster that just goes fucking crazy and keeps like uncontrollably growing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That was the point. But I get it though. Okay. What if all the houses? I invented this new patent, and basically you make your house right, like all the walls, everything has like a layer right of disposable something on it, and then it's like you can't dirty it or break it because it's like there's like a layer of garbage, like a layer in it, right? And if people want to fucking, if homeless want people in my, if people want, they want to live in my house that's like vacant, yo, fuck it, squat in, bro. I don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah, people do that actually, and then police like rip them forcibly from those homes. This happened in Oakland, where a bunch of pregnant mothers got together who were homeless and like squatted in an empty house, and then they've literally fucking rolled tanks through to like forcibly remove them from the house, because ultimately it's the same principle, right? Housing is obviously a right. Like when you think about it, you need shelter to survive. Animals literally look for fucking caves to make sure that they can like survive the elements, right? When it rains or whatever the fuck. It's such an understandable position. Like it's a right. But in the United States of America, housing is seen as a vehicle to. It's seen as an asset. It's seen as a vehicle to make money instead of a right. So, and it's severely protected because originally in its inception, they wanted every American to be able to have a house, like the white picket fence. That was the dream, right? So basically they set up a lot of measures to protect you, to help you buy a house and to basically protect you having a house. And then capitalism happened, where people were like, oh shit, we can use these protective measures to literally make more money off of just sitting on these fucking houses. And renting it out to other people.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It's kind of hard for me to find a solution to that.
I mean, there are places, right? Like Red Vienna is a great example of this. I can show you a short documentary that you can watch. Austria found a solution to the homelessness problem. Vienna is a very dense city, and 65% of the housing in Vienna is owned by the government. It's like public housing.
Okay.
But
what if you had a big building, right, full of places to sleep, and it was all for the homeless, run by the homeless, right? And instead of paying some people, instead of paying employees to like wash or whatever, right? Well, they paid their own homeless, right, for them to stay, and then they maintain the whole place, right? Wouldn't that be kind of dank though? Like they get to live there, and then wait, that's not slavery.
No, what you're describing is, well, they wouldn't be homeless anymore because what you're describing is actually what a lot of places some form of what a lot of places actually implement. It's called a housing first policy. Okay? Because the number one thing that you need to do in order to eviscerate homelessness, like not as a preventative measure, but as a solution, right, to homelessness, the first thing you need to do is give them shelter. So what you're describing is basically cooperatively owned housing projects or like a commune. You know what I mean? Yeah. So your idea is actually not all that crazy, especially because you start off by giving them a home. And then after that, the healing can take place. Like, because there's a lot of issues with homeless people. There's a lot of issues with homeless people that, for example, have like, drug issues, like they're severely addicted, depending on like how many years they've been homeless, or like have mental illness problems and shit like that. You know what I mean? They have a lot of trauma. So then you can start working with like social workers to implement measures to ensure that they can like become productive members of society again.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I just thought, what if they live there, right? Live in a spot right? That you buy, and it's like, okay, well, you get to live here every day. If you spend 4 hours a day, like either cleaning stuff, doing the dishes, or making people's beds, or passing the broom or whatever, right? And the rest of the day, you can do whatever you want. And then boom, and then the whole building will be like maintained on its own. Boom, boom, boom. No.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying that like homeless people should be given conditional housing on the conditions that they like clean up their own mess if they have a mess. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, be kind of chill.
I mean, I think that there are obviously issues with that. I think because some people are not going to be able to do that. There's a lot of disabled homeless people. You know what I mean? Like it just depends on who has the means to be able to do that. I think that isn't the worst idea, but depending on like their level of mental illness, you know.
Give me the best idea possible then, and then we'll move on.
I think the best idea is that we set up programs with a fuckload of social workers, which means so many well-paid jobs. We pay social workers better too, obviously, and then we implement a system where we either tax vacant homes out of existence or decommodify housing in some other ways, right? Make it like as difficult as possible to be a fucking landlord so that people aren't just sitting on empty properties with the hopes that like the property value accumulates, right? With the property value appreciates, so they can like sell it 10 years down the line and spruce it up a little bit and have workers have well-funded, well-paid employees go into these communes that you're describing to both manage the commune simultaneously and also offer a lot of mental health services and things like that, vocational training services and things like that as well, all to reintegrate homeless people back into society, no matter how long they've been homeless and no matter how traumatized they've been.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
But again, just like with healthcare, right? In America, healthcare is like super fucked. You know that. There are working examples of this, but you will never see it in American news. American media never talks about it in positive ways. You notice that?
Well, I mean, why would they? Until it's good. I mean, why say it's good? Unless people are gonna
No,
say,
I'm saying like there are working examples of other countries implementing socialized healthcare, right? Like,
like what?
There are other countries that have socialized healthcare that like works. You know what I mean?
Like what?
Like almost the entirety of European nations have some level of socialized healthcare, whether it be nationalized in the UK, which is underfunded, so it's like not the best example, but like Canada has a fucking form of socialized medicine. It's not the best because it's underfunded, but it's still better than America's.
It does pretty good. I think there's a lot of missing staff. And then, it's underfunded.
Yeah, it's underfunded because they do that deliberately. They do that deliberately. They underfund it. The right wing, the right wingers in the government underfund it so that it's like shitty, so that they can make a justification for privatizing it further, so it looks like America's healthcare system.
Oh.
Because then people can make money.
Yeah, you have to put a bunch of laws behind that because I feel like most people are like doctors. And it's a no-brainer if you're gonna go private or something to do some fucking private shit and fucking bank up. I mean, bruh, if I got a medical degree, the United States fucked me dry for like 10 years, full of student debt and dog shit. And I went right out of college and I said, "Yo, dude, either you do 65K, or in this beat down dog shit, poorly lit at a hospital where you have to take a bus and a fucking subway to get there." Or take the Mercedes to the fucking clinic and make my lips look big. Bro, fuck it, bro. I know what I'm doing. Like, shit. Like, I mean, can you really blame them?
I mean, yeah, rich people want healthcare to remain privatized because they can pay for it, but it still fucks them over too. In the is that what you're talking about? I think I misunderstood what you were saying.
Well, I mean, it's all like very privatized and shit like that, right? In Canada, it's all like public shit, right? If a problem, right? If you have a problem with your knee, you can just go to the hospital and it's going to be paid for. It's free, right?
Yeah.
It'll take a long time, but it'll get there. But afterwards, what you can do, you go private, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, the salaries for the doctors over there and whatnot are probably way higher. They better make way more bank at private, right? Because it's pay to win.
Yeah. From what I understand, you have to factor in like the social safety nets that that countries have, because like, yes, they do make less money. Doctors make less money in other countries than they do in the United States of America, for sure. Because they also, like, people make less money in general in other countries than they do in the United States of America, because the United States of America has no safety nets that you factor in when you're looking at the quality of life, right? But ultimately, one of the major issues, and this is something I talk about regularly, is education. Medical school is insanely expensive. So you're taking on a fuckload of debt. So you can't justify doctors taking on, almost a fucking $1 million of debt and then turn around and be like, yeah, now you have to work for less money than you would in a public facility. You can't justify that, which is why you have to make healthcare education, you have to make medical school and nursing also free, as it is the case in pretty much every other fucking country that we're talking about.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Education,
Yeah, education has to also be free as well.
Yeah, I think USA is fucking trolling with the whole education thing. Yeah.
Well, there was a 10-year study that just came out, or there was a study that was like talked about in 2013 about America's healthcare outcomes. This is actually very relevant, and it showed that our life expectancy has actually gone down. It's like 72 now, I think. America's life expectancy has gone down in comparison to every other comparable rich country, every other OECD nation. Yeah. And we pay the most for healthcare out of pocket. Our out of pocket cost for healthcare, like overall cost for healthcare, is literally like 10x other countries.
Jesus, that's actually fucking cooked. Yeah, listen, I didn't want to bring, I'm not even bringing Train up in this. Okay. I wish that people that were rich, right, went to like things to donate to or whatever. I wish people remembered where it all begun. Cool, yo, and they donate for like scholarships or grants to people that care. Bro, you guys say says you, bro. I never tell you guys about this, okay? Because I don't like talking about numbers and how I do. Bro, I donate to certain schools for people that have the grades that are motivated to go to school that cannot afford it and come from places that are difficult to have access to be able to get the money they need to get to these schools and educate, motherfucker. It's important, man. It's important because I was at a school, okay, and I remember what it was like. See, people that couldn't afford it, and that sucked. That sucked. I didn't like that, and that resonated. I'm not trying to be like I just thought virtue single Andy is that resonated a lot with me, and I feel like it's so little to help, and it does so much. And all it takes for one or two guys that you hit with one of these like grants, and whenever they start balling out and they make a lot of money, what do you think these guys are gonna do? Yo, when I was at my lowest and I had nothing, some motherfucker gave me money for me to go to school. I'll do the same thing, and then boom. Everybody does this shit.
Yes, I don't do donations because it makes me a good person. I do donations because I can, and because it makes me feel good. I don't think that that's it. And I know that like it will help other people because I have the capability of doing it, and because I know it helps other people. That's it.
That is true.
Charity is a Band-Aid. The systems are broken. If our system was functional, then there would be no need for charity. You could still do it if you wanted to, but there would be no need for it if our system wasn't fundamentally broken. Also, I understand why dude, if Congress saw your fucking TikTok tabs, bro, they would literally lose their minds. They would be like, okay, this is what's happening to our nation's youth. Okay? Canadians are coming in and eviscerating the minds of the American children with this TikTok addiction.
Bro, yeah, of course. These tabs, this is a weapon. Bro, I'm merely a merchandiser. I get clients come in the chat. They want brain rot. I deliver. The app allows me to do it. I just sell garbage because people are buying in tons of it.
Bro, you know how people say like, oh, you don't need that much RAM, lol, for fucking React Andy shit? You need it, motherfucker. Look at this. You need a fucking, you need a 4090. You need like NASA level fucking computing systems to be able to have a Google Chrome that can have that many fucking tabs open, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's real shit. Also, watch this with me. I'll link it in chat. Click on this at the same time, like everybody. Click on this.
I sent you 2 videos that are funny.
Okay.
You watch that. What is this? Oh, I've seen them. I know what this is.
Okay.
Because democracy basically means...
Thanks, if I have a question, I'll give you a call, all right?
Okay, yeah, all right. Well, watch the 2 videos that I showed you. One is about drunk driving. It's funny. It's a TikTok. And then the other one is a very short documentary about Red Vienna.
Okay, I click both.
All right, peace.
Happy time. Take care, man.
That was another wonderful, productive conversation with xQcal. xQCCP. Here, I'll show you guys the fucking this people in the 80s react to new laws against drunk driving as well. Meanwhile, what you should be reacting to is the top of the hour ad break, of course, which comes at the top of the hour. You don't actually have to see the ad break, though. Fear not. You can subscribe for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime, or by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, or by getting gifted a sub if you're lucky, and that will be another way that you can avoid the ads at the top of the motherfucking hour. Okay, here's a 3-minute ad break now, though. Tomoto87, thank you for the 5 get the subs. Y'all were like Marx and XQ's Yangels out there. Well done. Yeah. XQ. Yeah. He's Felix Yangels. What was I going to show you? Oh, we are back on TikTok. We're back on the TikTok train. I got to pee and I got to heat up my chicken real quick, but hold on here. Watch this. Watch the CEO talk about it. Watch the CEO talk about his perspective after his congressional hearing.
Hey guys, it's Show here.
And then we'll do Schultz and Rogan.
Hold on. Before Congress, and I wanted to share my thoughts about the experience with you. Now, before I do that, I really want to thank you for the comments in the last video. Now, TikTok is all about conversations and community, and I'm so grateful to hear from all of you. Now, here are a few of my favorites. Now, that is what it's all about. A lot was said at the hearing, but I hope you heard the message, the important message, that it is our responsibility to protect more than 150 million Americans who love and use our platform. Now, this is why I'm making the following commitments to you. Number 1, we will continue to keep safety, especially for teenagers, a top priority. Second, we will continue to protect your data from unauthorized foreign access. Now, in the US, American data will be stored on American soil by an American company overseen by American personnel. Third, we will ensure that TikTok remains a platform for free expression and that it cannot be manipulated by any government. And fourth, we will be transparent and give access to third-party independent monitors to keep us accountable for our commitments. Now, we know that trust is built with every decision we make. We are proud of the groundbreaking work we are doing to be the most trusted platform in the world. Thank you for listening. I hope you share this information with your friends, your family, and your elected officials on why TikTok is important.
He's too media trained. I don't like it. I don't like that he's like too trustworthy looking. And it's like freaking me out, dude. It actually is freaking me out. I will stand on this. I know a lot of you are saying he's so hot. I know a lot of you are saying he's like very good. And you're right. You're right about that. And that freaks me the fuck out. Not because he's like, you know, working at the behest of China or anything, but like CEOs are improving. CEOs are improving. This is not a good thing, okay? This is a bad thing. You don't want CEOs coming across like normal human beings. You don't want that. You want them to be like the fucking lecherous demons that they actually are so that people can get angry at them. Like Zuckerberg is a perfect example of like what a lizard person is. And He has no human consciousness. He is like gained sentience to some degree. It's like AI if AI gained sentience and wore a human's skin. Freaking me out a little bit.
Problems of social media platforms, content moderation, algorithmic discrimination, and safety are neither new nor unique to TikTok. For example, I was disturbed by reports that TikTok content moderation algorithm flagged words like black or Black Lives Matter.
This is true. Oh, what the fuck? How come this isn't getting like a lot of play in the media? That's weird, bro.
Matter as inappropriate content. So my first question, Mr. Chu, is do you agree that platforms like TikTok should be subject to regular audits or transparency requirements to identify whether policies have a disparate impact on communities that are protected classes like race, religion, national origin, or gender?
I think, Congresswoman, I think platforms should be very transparent. You can come and say whatever you want, as long as you don't violate the rules of safety that were put in place.
It is vital that the diverse culture of the United States is reflected online, but I'm concerned the algorithms and content moderation practices employed by TikTok are ignorant to the fundamental diversity while also failing to remove content that is harmful. My next question to you is, it's my understanding that users must be in good standing to be eligible for compensation from TikTok's Creator Fund. For example, they can't have violated community guidelines.
Impossible to not do that. But also, impossible to not do that on TikTok. But also, like, you're getting 3 cents anyway. Let's be real.
Is this correct?
There are some details there, but directionally, yes.
If TikTok's algorithm is flagging content incorrectly, resulting in creators violating community guidelines when in fact they have not, those creators would not be eligible to receive compensation under the Creator Fund, correct?
We do have an appeals process.
You have an appeals process, okay.
Yes.
In my view, if TikTok employs algorithms that disproportionately remove content from Black creators, it disproportionately silences and excludes Black creators from compensation opportunities. And this problem happens in parallel to the...
If she only knew TikTok's compensation opportunities were literally so marginal and so laughable that it doesn't even matter if Black creators can't get in on it or not. That is the... Like this is a well-intentioned statement. This is a well-intentioned sentiment that she's expressing. And like on its face, it's not false. But TikTok's compensation is so awful that like basically the real problem is the hyper moderation towards certain communities, and not necessarily that like they're not allowed to be compensated because of that hyper moderation, because that compensation is meaningless ultimately.
Lack of adequate recognition, attribution, and compensation to Black creatives for their content. The exploitation, cultural misappropriation.
Like, Mr. Show is probably thinking, oh, if you only knew how little we pay every content creator regardless.
Creations, the erasure of Black creatives' ownership of their fashion, art, and media is nothing new. We need transparency, accountability, and bold action to mitigate against misinformation, bias, and exclusion of certain communities from the opportunities present on platforms like TikTok. So let me just say this. I'm concerned about transparency. I am concerned about algorithmic accountability. And I'm not clear that your organization holds those values.
She addresses good points. And I don't have an issue with it. It's just that, like, if she was a little bit more knowledgeable, if she wasn't like a boomer, I think she would know that there is like the real issue is just simply over moderating certain communities deliberately, like moderating the usage of the word Black or in Black Lives Matter, because that actually eviscerates your viewability. But I guess, as someone in the chat pointed out, it's a sticking point because monetary compensation like brings up legal trouble, I guess. Like you can make a legal argument in that regard. You know what I mean? Don't like the way you said black. Shut the fuck up. I mean, she's joking. She's joking. Chill, everybody. Or he's joking. Calm down. Do you think without TikTok that Tay would got so big? Fuck no. Abso-fucking-lutely not, dude. TikTok, you know what the worst part about TikTok is? Fucking gender wars, okay? Every single conversation on TikTok deviates into gender war. And Andrew Tate was at he was the bald beacon of hope for all men. Straight up. Every single fucking conversation. Like, it's the one place where, like, misandry unironically pops off and misogyny pops off everywhere. Certainly also on TikTok as well. It's just so unhinged. That's what I mean. It's like everything is radical, but not even in the right way. You know what I mean? You can have radical politics. You can have revolutionary politics, especially when the systems are so fucked up and common sense seems uncommon and radical. But on TikTok, it's not even well-read and decent opinions. Half the time, it's just like literally whoever says the most unhinged shit. It's like Twitter. If every Twitter user had a septum ring and was popping the fuck off on like Twitter takes, but on TikTok, whoever can be the most condescending and psychopathic. Exactly. It's literally like TikTok politics is a race to the bottom. Okay, it is an absolute race to the fucking bottom of like whoever the most insane people are, and every single person, like we watched yesterday, even like people who are ostensibly on the right side of politics or whatever, are saying some of the most unhinged shit because they're not well read and they haven't developed political opinions off of like real world experiences. Yeah, it's just like the TikTok video we watched yesterday of that girl who said all white people are upholding white supremacy and are racist because they're white just by being white. Okay? Like when you dive deeper into the subject matter, there are clearly understandable positions that you can take away from that, but that's not what she's doing.
TikTok as a platform has created community and a space for free speech for 150 million Americans and counting.
I didn't end up peeing. I'm gonna get my chicken.
That includes many of the content. That's right. That includes many of the content creators that I just met with in my office. They talk to me about a sense of family. They talk to me about a sense of community. They talk to me about a place that is helpful to their mental health and to their sense of belonging and well-being. They talk to me about finding a place where they can communicate with others like them and learn to love themselves even further. And I so appreciate them being that honest and vulnerable with me in terms of how they engage with TikTok. TikTok is also not just a space for building community, but it's used as an educational tool where you have professors and teachers providing content for students to engage with and learn from. That is what TikTok is for so many Americans. It's also a place where 5 million small businesses are selling their products and services and making a living. Making a living at a time where our economy is struggling in so many ways. So we're talking about free speech for everyday Americans. We're talking about small business owners who use TikTok to grow their business. And my question is, and we're going to pivot to the other part of the conversation, why the hysteria and the panic and the targeting of TikTok?
These guys are straight. What the fuck is that? Wait, what? I was going to say, these guys are, of course, bought and paid for by TikTok to do this, right? Including, I guess, Jamal Bowman. I don't know if he's like personally invested in it in some way because he like loves TikTok or something, or because TikTok is like lobbying directly through him. But it's like very obvious that, I mean, all of the protesters there are like paid for by TikTok. It's just, TikTok is basically doing what every other company does in the United States of America. But again, because it's Chinese, it's like clearly, you know, it's somehow indecent. But again, just like the same thing I said with everything else, it is a little indecent. You know what I mean? Not because it's a Chinese company doing it, but because it's any company doing it is indecent. It's such an interesting fucking situation for someone like myself to find themselves in this predicament where, like, on the one hand, it's like fucked up that they're doing it, but on the other hand, it's not any different than any other company doing it, but now everyone is upset about it because it's China doing it in their minds. Odd. It's such an odd predicament to be in. You know what I mean? It's the evil version of place, Japan. Yes. Yes, exactly. Much like Japan, but evil. Are you still in love with Japan? Yes. 100%. 100%.
As we know, Republicans in particular have been sounding the alarm, creating a red scare around China. They've been doing it in a variety of ways when it comes to economic competition.
I mean, he's right too.
When it comes to semiconductor manufacturing, and when it
This
comes
is true.
to technology. In terms of TikTok's behavior and its risk to national security, it poses about the same threat that like Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter pose. So let's not marginalize and target TikTok. Let's have a comprehensive conversation about legislation that we need, federal legislation, to make sure people who use social media platforms are safe and their information is secure and their information is not being shared or sold to third parties. Because guess what? You can ban TikTok, but there are still data brokers who sell our data to other countries and businesses in other countries. They sell to the highest bidder. So let's not have a dishonest conversation. Let's not be racist towards China and express our xenophobia when it comes to TikTok, because American companies have done tremendous harm to American people. Facebook looked the other way and allowed Russia to interfere with our 2016 election. This is a fact. This is well documented. I didn't hear any member of Congress talk about banning Facebook for doing this. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and other platforms have allowed lies and misinformation to live on their platforms, even though that information may have been harmful to others. From the January 6th attack to the genocide in Myanmar, American social media companies have been used to facilitate harm in tremendous ways. So let's talk about...
It's so weird because, like, everything he said pretty much is true. It's just that when you're standing in front of that podium, in front of all of those people that were pretty much paid to be there, like, it's impossible for people to look at what you're saying and go, yeah, I agree with it. Like, I've said pretty much the identical things, with the exception of, like, being like Russia and Russiagate is objectively true, even though, yes, Russia did absolutely fucking pay for a lot of ads on Facebook. Cambridge Analytica is a true thing. It's been greatly exaggerated by liberals. That part is true, though. I hate when anti-Russiagators who are correct in their position take it so far as to say, oh, dude, what the fuck? I can't believe you're even bringing up Russia here. Like, no, they did. I mean, it played a marginal role, and it says more about, like, American politics in general that, like, a couple fucking $1 million on, like, hyper-targeted ads could, like, undermine it, right? Because it didn't. But it's still true that, albeit marginal, it still played a role. Thank you, because the chat is knee-jerking about Russia weirdly. Yeah. I don't know if Bowman was paid, but the creators there were brought out by TikTok or TikTok management companies. I know them personally. Yeah.
About federal legislation to ensure the safety and security of everyone who uses social media. And part of that is related to banning data brokers and stopping them for selling our data to the highest bidder. Let's have that conversation. Let's have the conversation, by the way, let's have the conversation around how many people who sign on to social media aren't even aware of what happens to their data as they sign up. Let's have the conversation about that. Allow people the option to opt out of having their data be shared with third parties and corporations and governments that use their data for God knows what. I mean, we've allowed facial recognition software to be sold to hostile governments around the world. Let's have an honest global conversation.
Including
this
China.
is not just about TikTok. This is about social media.
By the way.
Let's talk about social media monopolies and breaking up big tech. There was bipartisan legislation introduced last Congress that did not move at all. Obviously, we want to talk about some of the addictive nature of these algorithms. Let's have a broader, more honest conversation about social media, and let's not scapegoat TikTok because they happen to be owned by a Chinese organization in this time of heightened xenophobia since COVID. Let's have honest conversation.
American bases are currently under attack in Syria. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, what do you want me to say about that? Oh no. What the fuck why are there American bases in Syria? Is my question. Everything you said, it was 100% right? Yeah. I agree with the things he's saying. It's just that saying it in front of the motherfucking podium like that, saying in front of the podium, in front of the TikTok podium, well, it's not great. Is there anything else that we haven't covered about TikTok? I feel like we've really dove deep into it, right?
Let's go now.
Trump is doing a rally in Waco, which people are saying is relevant because, you know, the other famous thing that happened in Waco. I don't know why you would ever do a rally in Waco. Like the Texas GOP has, I don't think, ever done a fucking like big national rally in Waco like that. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what the reason is, but the liberal media is already like running the gamut. Liberal media is already running the classic, like, let's get Trump into the presidency once again ass takes, saying like, basically stating like, oh, he's running in Waco because of Waco. And it's relevant. And also, he's running in Waco because he loves the Christian fundamentalists, which I find rather strange. I feel like it's going to get Republicans to react to that and be like, no, it's because he loves Waco, Texas. Fuck you. I don't know. It's Hog Mecca and we're in Ramadan. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Let's see what they have to say.
Legal trouble surrounding Donald Trump, with speculation swirling about a possible indictment by a New York grand jury. And facing other ongoing criminal investigations, the former president is set to hold his first major rally of the 2024 campaign this weekend. NBC senior Washington correspondent Hallie Jackson joins us now. Hallie, good morning. Let's start with the case in New York. Of course, the former president predicted he would be arrested 3 days ago, Tuesday. The grand jury has been meeting, but they're done for the week. So, I mean, what can we read, if anything, from these developments?
Yeah, tea leaf wise, Savannah, we're looking to next week, right? When we get our next clue or hint or something about how that case related to alleged hush money payments is progressing. Obviously, it didn't happen on Tuesday, as the former president suggested. We are hearing from him as he is really upping his rhetoric now over the possibility he could be indicted. Overnight, he suggested there could be potential death and destruction that could be catastrophic if that happens. And he's slamming the Manhattan district attorney as, in his words, I'm quoting
the Trump
here,
Davidians,
a degenerate psychopath. This comes after the office of that DA, Alvin Bragg, is telling House Republicans they basically overstepped in asking Bragg to come testify in front of them. Remember, these are House Republicans who are largely Trump allies. Bragg's office says it's an unprecedented inquiry and only came after Donald Trump created a false expectation that he would be arrested the next day, and his lawyers reportedly urged you to intervene. Bottom line, Savannah, still a waiting game at this point as it relates to that New York case.
All right, so the legal issues are happening, but of course, in a political context. Trump is running. His first 2024 campaign rally is coming up. Now, some of the Republican rivals have circled the wagons around Trump. Governor DeSantis in Florida, who some consider his chief rival, has taken some shots. So what do you expect to happen this weekend with the former president?
I think he's going to be on attack. I've talked with a source familiar with the former president's plans here when he heads to Waco, Texas for that first kind of official rally of the 2024 campaign. I'm told that he will really go after, or is expected to, the Justice Department and the person you just mentioned, Savannah, the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis. You know, DeSantis has alluded to what he sees as issues with, for example, some of the weaponization of the Justice Department. That is a fairly common Republican line on that front. But you're also seeing DeSantis try to put some space between himself and Donald Trump. He's giving this interview now to Piers Morgan. It was teased in the New York Post and elsewhere. He's laying out the contrast here and giving a little bit of a subtle dig, saying the way we run the government, I think, is no daily drama. Focus on the big picture and put points on the board. We've been hearing a lot about DeSantis on the former president.
Let me know more about the pudding, dog. Talk to me about the pudding. I don't give a fuck about DeSantis versus Trump. Why did you lie about triple dipping into the pudding with 3 fingers? Not 1, not 2, but 3.
Online platform, Truth Social. I bet we see it in person over the weekend, Savannah. More of that in Waco.
All right, Hallie, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill right here in Washington held hearings dealing with free speech at school board meetings and a GOP bill that would give
Fucking Christian broadcast news? What the hell is this?
parents more oversight on classroom materials, including what books should be allowed in school libraries. CBN's Jenna Browder reports.
A fiery day on Capitol Hill in hearings debating parents' rights in the classroom. Republicans say it's about increasing transparency. Democrats, though, call it censorship and say it pits parents against teachers. Republicans taking action in response to angry parents speaking out at school board meetings over materials in public schools.
Obviously, some Democrats today want to silence parents who disagree with their woke agenda to indoctrinate American children with controversial and inappropriate curricula.
I do not want Congress to be anywhere near, I do not want parents and I do not want Republican legislators to be anywhere near the current curriculum. It's already dog shit as it is. Oh my fucking Lord, dude. It's so frustrating because Americans are dumb as fuck. Okay, Americans are already dumb as goddamn bricks, dog. Look at any fucking TikTok video where people are like 2 + 2 = what? And then some dumb motherfucker be like, I don't know, 7. It's like, we already fucked all of the other generations and we're making it worse and worse. Meanwhile, we're like, no, it's not enough. We got to also make them extra racist at school. Like you can't talk about the KKK. You can't talk about racial disparities in America's past. Not so distant past, as a matter of fact, in the grand scheme of history. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
GOP's Parents' Bill of Rights requires schools post curriculum and respect free speech at school board meetings. Republicans focused on a DOJ memo targeting parents for acting out at school board meetings.
This is what domestic terror looks like. This is not a school board meeting. There is no hotline for any of these rights, and we are going to have a hotline that's going to report parents for caring about their children's education.
The bill's most divisive point, a requirement that schools list books in libraries. Democrats accuse Republicans of wanting to censor history.
This state-mandated censorship does not protect students. Instead, these legislative efforts will likely harm students, teachers, and the quality of public education. We do not serve the interests of students when we shield them from the truth as uncomfortable as the truth may be at times.
Sarah Parshall-Perry with the Heritage Foundation says the movement is parent-driven.
The parents have found their voices, and that COVID has given
Demons, dude, all of them. From the American Heritage Foundation. Okay, so why didn't you ask a parent? If it's so parent-driven, why the fuck aren't you asking a parent? I love when media does this, when they're like, here we have a concerned parent. And then, like, you Google their fucking name, and it's like, head of the Republicans for Executing Homosexuals Foundation. It's like, what? That's not a concerned parent. That's a political terrorist. Okay? What do you mean? What the fuck are you doing? Like, you're like, here's a concerned parent who works for the American Enterprise Institute. It's like when even Jubilee does this shit, when they literally had, like, the CEO of PragerU. To be fair, it's a Christian Broadcast Network, yes, but like every fucking major media outlet does that too. I love that though. Whenever they do, I love whenever fucking major media is like, oh, concerned parents are raising the alarm bells about, the school books that have that feature depictions of racial animosity, and then the person that they go to is like, the head of the Daughters of the Confederacy or some shit.
given us a new perspective on exactly what our students, what our children are learning at the grassroots level, what they're being taught. And many of those concepts are not only divisive, we're seeing books now included in school libraries that are outright pornographic in violation of longstanding obscenity laws.
I hope they're successful in banning a number of books. The question is, which are those books? Are those books, for example, Genderqueer, a memoir, that book, or This Book is Gay? In that book, there are all sorts of depictions with body parts and male body parts. I can't even put on the screen.
I don't understand. Like, these arguments are so weird. Like, are you saying that, like, people shouldn't, like, kids shouldn't learn about biology? Like, what the fuck? Is that what we're coming after now? Like, this is just like, they got biology in books. Did you know? They show them pee-pees and pussies. Meanwhile, brother, like, have you seen the Bible? First of all, Jesus Christ, shredded, okay? He's slutty as fuck. Cover it up, slut. You got 7% body fat and your titties are out. I know you're on the cross, but what the fuck's going on? What's that about? Huh? That's literally everywhere, according to the Texans. They want that everywhere. They want to have this sexy ass Jewish brown carpenter showcasing his pectorals glistening in the fucking sun to every goddamn Tom, Dick, and Harry. Okay? Originally. What's that about? This is, of course, before we talk about, other than how sexy he is, before we talk about all these ideas that he had about helping the poor and lending a helping hand to heal the lepers and shit, he wasn't asking for a premium. That is goddamn communist. What's that about? You want our children to learn about this shit? What the fuck? You really want our children to learn not about supply side economics, but instead about communism, like sharing is caring? We all know Jesus and his 12 guys just go in the woods and don't fuck. Oh no, definitely. Wait, what? A principal in Florida was fucking fired after students were shown Michelangelo's David in the class? Bro, I hate this country, dude. I hate America so fucking much, dude. Like, whenever I see shit like this, I lose my goddamn mind. It makes me so mad, bro. It makes me so fucking angry. Like, we are so stupid. We're so fucking stupid, brother. And we celebrate that stupidity every fucking day. Yeah. I know Simpsons did it. There's a 30-year-old Simpsons episode on banning Michelangelo's David. Hasan, we can't be as smart as you. First of all, I'm a fucking idiot, okay? And number two, it's, I think, harder to be that fucking stupid than it is to just not be that stupid. Like, if it's a 30-year-old, if your political ideology resembles a 30-year-old Simpsons episode, that's hard to achieve. Like, that's not easy. You are trying hard to be that fucking dumb.
The stuff that is in this book, Genderqueer, where there's two men engaged in a sexual position. Another page where I can flip to where there's two men engaged in oral sex. Another picture here in which there are any number of ridiculous graphic pictures that are being put in front of our kids in schools.
And the House votes today on the Parents' Bill of Rights Act. If it passes, though, it faces an uphill battle in the Senate. In Washington, Jenna Browder, CBN News.
The gentleman from Virginia is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I yield 2.5 minutes to the gentlewoman.
Dude, this is what I don't get. Like, they think like sexual education should not be taught. I mean, I guess they do. What am I saying? Of course they do. What the fuck? That was dumb. I shouldn't have even brought that up. Yeah, of course they literally think sex ed is fucking wrong. Even when it's straight sex ed, they still don't want to fucking, they still don't want it at schools. So it's like, but it's so odd. What do you think? People are fucking jerking off to like medical, pretty much medical fucking footage. Like, what are you, stupid? Are you dumb? I don't know if you know this, but motherfuckers got mobile phones, bro. Do you know what kind of porn like every fucking child has access to on the internet? Absolutely zero people are fucking looking at the goddamn textbook, queer sex or whatever the fuck it's called. It's like a sex ed textbook. And turn around and get their kicks off, get their rocks off that way. That makes zero sense.
From New York, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez.
The gentlewoman from New York is recognized for 2.5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think what we're seeing here today is the Republican Party's attempt to take some of the most heinous legislation that we are seeing passed on the state level to attack our trans and LGBT, as well as people from marginalized communities' right to exist in schools. This flowery language of quote unquote parental rights and freedom hides the sinister fact of this legislative text. If you notice in these arguments, they are not really discussing what is actually in this legislation. It includes two provisions that require schools to out trans, non-binary, and LGBT youth, even if it would put said youth in harm's way. One of the highest rates of youth homelessness is in the LGBT community, from parents who want to kick their
Are they no longer saying Q? What's happening? I don't fucking know. I mean, I just say queer community in general because I think it's the perfect catch-all.
Children out in households that may be unstable or abusive. For so many children of abuse, school is their only safe place to be. But before they claim that this is not about banning books and not about harming the LGBT community, let's just look at the impacts of similar Republican legislation that has already passed on the state level. Look at these books that have already been banned due to Republican measures. The Life of Rosa Parks. This apparently is too woke by the Republican Party.
Thank God, brother. Too political. A black woman on the cover of my video game? Too political.
Song of Solomon is unacceptable
to political
politics. 40% of banned books have reported are significantly addressing and specifically addressing LGBT issues.
Right. What's that one?
LGBT issues that are significant.
Simon and the Homo Sapiens agenda. No, it's got homo on the title. Not allowed. Burn it. I'm not a Homo sapien. I'm a hetero sapien.
Significantly addressing and specifically addressing LGBT issues. To say and talk about government reach and freedom, this is a bill, this Republican bill is asking the government to force the outing of LGBT people before they are ready. And talking about the rights of parents in this gallery today, the National Parents Union is here saying, don't do this. I have a letter that I'd like to submit where they are asking the Republican Party to keep culture wars out of classrooms. Our children need urgent and aggressive educational solutions. The American Library Association coming out against this Republican proposal. When we talk about progressive values, I can say what my progressive value is, and that is freedom over fascism. Thank you very
Gentleman's
much.
time has expired. The gentleman.
That was good. That was good. That was a good take. Twitter laugh for later. How about Twitter laugh for now? I love a good Twitter laugh. MAGA college students have been traumatized as we've spoken in class to defend Trump. Brother, I hate to break it to you, but you're not traumatized or bullied because you defended Trump. You're bullied because you look like a thumb. You literally look like a police officer who is not yet in uniform. I've never seen such. This is why I say ACAB, dude. Assigned cop at birth. Okay? People say ACAB, all cops are bastards. No. Assigned cop at birth. Look at him. You cannot find his neck with a telescope. Necklace.
Tell us about what happened that day that prompted your reaction.
So, Stella, I'm over at this great school in Boca Raton called Lynn University. And what happened in class on Monday is something I'm never going to forget, because I stood up for my rights and I stood up for college kids across the country, kids in every single school across the country. And I'm sitting there in class and they put this awful cartoon image of the former president up on the screen. And when I did that, as you saw in that video, my classmates.
That's just a regular image, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I like that they have a side by side. Like, I know that that's not what they put up on screen, but I like to think that that's what they put up on screen, and that's what pissed them off. Like, just Trump looking Trump.
Begin to laugh at me. And then days later, after I posted this to a TikTok, I had to actually make my account private because I've been getting some terrible threats. People telling me that I should go end my own life. Wow. And that I should hope that I don't run into them on campus. And the school's doing a great job of helping me stay safe right now, so I thank them for that. But
in office, black unemployment was at an all-time low. Did you know that? Did you know that? I bet you didn't know that. You know when Biden was senator that he voted against blacks? Did you know that? I bet you didn't.
I fought my liberal class. There was a photo of former President Trump with his head about to be cut off.
You know when Biden was senator that he voted against blacks? Did you?
What is that even, bro? Brother, come on. It's 2023, man. What the fuck do you mean? Like, yo, he is so aggressive. Like, it's so funny because, like, obviously Biden has done and said a lot of racist shit, right? But, like, you just gave away the argument. Like, when you say blacks with a hard S, like, everybody knows what you're trying to do, idiot. And then he filmed it like he thought he was being the debate Lord Kyle Rittenhouse. And then he fucking posted on TikTok like he did something. And then, of course, he's going to get bullied.
Did you know that? I bet you didn't know that because you only believe in one thing.
What does voting against blacks mean?
Have a good class.
Of course, two thumbs, you know? Here's the image, by the way.
BFFR. What did that spell? B fucking for real.
Wait, that's the photo? That's what the fucking photo was in the class that he's replying to? Oh, so it's a lie. His head wasn't even about to be cut off. Another POV.
I've sat with him and I've hung out with him multiple times. He's a good guy. They should be ashamed.
Oh, God. Conservatives are such little fucking annoying crybabies, bro. Oh, God. Conservative cry-bullying is just, like, the most cringe. It's somehow even more cringe than fucking, like, hysterical SJWs. You know what I mean?
Yourself to think about that.
own
But
property.
there were
We
other
don't like
things
talking
on
about
there.
it if you don't mind.
But there
That's
were.
not true. You know when the president black unemployment was at an all-time low? Did you know that?
I hung out with him. He's a good guy. Will you cover the recent attacks by Iran on U.S. bases in Syria? Reports are that 20 U.S. soldiers or more died in this attack. No. I don't care. I don't know what's going on. I just don't care. I don't know why people come in here and are just like, bro, you have to. Like, where the fuck? Why? Why is there a U.S. bases in Syria? Like, what the fuck's going on? Why? Why is there a U.S. base in Syria still? Oh, this is the fucking goated Dan Crenshaw post.
And also your TikTok employees that live in China, they must cooperate with Chinese intelligence whenever they are called upon. And if they are called upon, they're bound to secrecy. That would include you. So, Mr. Chu, if the CCP tells ByteDance to turn over all data that TikTok
that would include you.
is collected inside the U.S., even within Project Texas, do they have to do so according to Chinese law?
Congressman, first, I'm Singaporean.
That's fine. In other words, Byte.
Listen, bro, he can't see, okay? He couldn't see that you were actually not Chinese. Go easy on him. Careful, Hasan, he's got his eye on you. Oh, no. He just lacks perspective, dude. Yeah. He doesn't see race. Well, he doesn't see much of anything, really. Like, at the top of the hour, he does not see the top of the hour ad break. You know? But, of course, you can. But if you no longer want to see the top of the hour ad break, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Or by getting gifted a sub. Yeah, that was one of these, yeah.
So are you Chinese or Japanese?
I live in California last 20 years, but first come from Laos.
Huh?
Laos. We the ocean.
The ocean?
Mojo 570, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, allowing 5 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the motherfucking hour, baby. You know what it is. Here is the 3-minute ad break now. Sakura Gore, thank you for the 5 get the subs as well. Here's the 3-minute ad break now.
This to all the teenagers out there and TikTok influencers who think we're just old and out of touch and don't know what we're talking about.
Intel algorithm. Don't know I'm having. Talk today. TikTok at any time provided the Chinese government with either precise GSP information.
Can you tell me right now, can you say with 100% certainty that TikTok does not use the phone's camera to determine whether the content that elicits a pupil dilation should be amplified by the algorithm?
The only face data that you'll get, that we collect, is when you use the filters to...
What the fuck? Wait, did he say TikTok, when you have TikTok on, it's constantly scanning your face and your pupils to figure out what your pupil dilation looks like and feed you more of that content? Okay, first of all, that's such an insane take, but also, like, welcome to the future, dog. Like, I know that's a boomer, but low key, I feel like he just invented something. Like, in his unhinged manic state, he saw something on Facebook and repeated it, and now it's probably gonna happen.
To have, say, sunglasses on your face, we need to know where your eyes are.
You need to know what the eyes are if you're not seeing, if they're dilated.
And that data is stored on your local device and deleted after use if you use it for facial.
Inferences made from that data.
That I can give you a straight and no.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok...
What?
Deleted after use if you use it for facial.
Inferences made from that data.
That I can give you a straight and no.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi.
Why have you not directed your engineers to change this source code?
Congressman, thank you for the question.
Have you directed
I'm not finished.
them to change the source code?
Like what we are offering and
Yes
my
or
fourth
no?
commitment?
Have you directed them to change that source code?
Congressman, if you give me a bit of time to...
Dude, what the fuck? Look at that.
Change that source code.
Congressman, if you give me a bit of time to just...
No, I don't.
Oh my God, can you let me do what I need to do?
You're a real Uncle Sam Cedar gave a good take on
I just
inflation.
don't think
that these people care. I mean, look, we attacked Iraq, right? 20-year anniversary yesterday or 2 days ago. By anybody's estimates, hundreds, if not hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians. Why?
A milli.
At this point, this story we both are on the same page on. We know why.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But how is it that that decision was made? They don't care about that human loss. And I don't think Powell, at the end of the day, really cares enough about the immiseration of millions of people. He thinks the most important thing for the stability of society is to save the bankers.
Sam, do you think...
I just disagree.
But do you really think that's the plan? Do you really think the plan...
That's explicitly the plan. I think he said today, by the end of 2023, we need to have 1 million people out of work. I mean...
Why would they do that if they know it's going to hurt the economy? Why,
because they have one...
What? Bro, are you a child? Are you a kid? Do you have a kid brain? What do you mean? Why would they do that if they would hurt the economy? Brother, 2008 happened. It don't matter, motherfucker. They hurt the economy all the time. Deregulation hurts the economy all the time because capitalists love doing capitalism so much that it ends up hurting capitalists, like regularly. The greatest example of this is many social democratic provisions that we could have, social democratic amenities that we could have in the United States of America that would make it a more efficient machine of capitalism that we refuse to do. Why? Because short-term benefits outweigh long-term negative consequences, systemic consequences on the entire U.S. economy. They don't care. They're stupid as fuck, and they're incredibly selfish and short-sighted, like super nearsighted. That's it. And anytime you or anyone else advocates for deregulation, you're advocating for that specifically. Someone can always make money when the economy is falling apart, okay?
One tool to deal with inflation, and that is to raise interest rates as a way of cooling the economy. And frankly, I mean, this is the charitable view. I'm articulating the charitable view. And to cool the economy means, as a byproduct, that you're going to kick people out of work. In my estimation, this is the first time we've seen any type of wage growth in decades. Right? The wages versus productivity has been out of sync for decades. And I think, frankly, people don't want labor to have any power. You're seeing increased unionization. You're seeing increased work action. You're seeing people saying, like, I don't want to work in the... Yes.
Did during Trump Russia attack Ukraine?
No, that's not it.
What happened with Palestine and Israel?
What happened?
What happened? They came together after 20-some years.
What?
What? Bro, like, you got David, whose, I would say, perspective on Israel's a little bit different than mine, to go, what? That's awesome.
Did during Trump Russia attack Ukraine?
No, that's not it.
What happened with Palestine and Israel?
What happened?
What happened? They came together after 20-some years.
What?
What are you talking about when you say what?
What are you talking about?
David is also so cordial, like, to a degree that is literally like he's too cordial. I've never seen him react that way before to a piece of information so horrifically and so objectively false. He said, what? Patrick bet David bought a car, 1955 Shelby Cobra Super Performance for $300,000, and he broke it on the first drive. Met him in person. He's a fucking idiot. Who is this guy? Entrepreneur, CEO, and founder of Valuetainment? What value? He's a multi-level marketing scammer? Nice. Who isn't, dude? He's another B-tier TikTok grifter. There's so many of them, bro. You got to collect them like fucking Pokemon. Other than Red Scare propaganda, which implies socialism equals poor, one thing that people don't understand is, historically speaking, there have always been two major types of defenders of any kind of anti-capitalist sentiment, which is the either hyper-educated sons and daughters of aristocrats who find the way, the economic organization of society to be morally abhorrent, or the peasant class. Everything in between can go either way, and oftentimes goes the way of the right. If it goes the way of the revolutionary instead of the reactionary, you have a revolution. But in most circumstances, it goes the way of the reactionary. But that's it. That's often how this goes. It's not new. The idea of like champagne socialist is not a new concept. There are plenty of, examples of that. Always. It's a super old concept, and the fascists back then used to say the same shit. Ironically. Might be wrong, but Red Revolution succeeded in Russia because of elites. All matter of revolution that you learn, whether it be like bourgeois revolutions even, or revolutions led by aristocrats or small business owners, whatever the fuck, every single one of them, no matter what, every single one of them has always had a collection, an assortment of like the peasant class, the serfs, simultaneously with academics or at least like a robust group of people who have the capacity for advocacy and the time for advocacy and diligent learning. For the Marx, you have an Engels, right? That's just how it works. You always have students, and then you have the peasants, or some other form of the proletariat. Yes, I just mean like peasants, proletariat, working class. Lenin writes the importance of the allegiance between socialist intelligentsia and the legit proletariat. The main difference in that structure is that the peasant, or the serf, or the proletariat recognizes their class position. Neoliberalism has been so effective in mystifying class and destroying any sort of like class antagonism for the working class, because class solidarity always has existed for the billionaires, for the millionaires, for the capital owners. Okay? It has been so effective in eviscerating class consciousness that you see the otherwise peasants, the serfs, and the proletariat firmly uphold values that are contradicting to their existence, and in many instances openly antagonistic. So antagonistic that capitalist dogma is so pervasive that they come here and get mad at me when I say a better future is possible. A different process is possible. They go, "Oh, dude, you're a grifter. You're literally like a televangelist. Fuck you. You're clearly a televangelist." It's like, I am not promising you anything. I'm simply describing to you why you feel the way that you do. Okay? Anything I do after that, whether it be charitable giving or anything like that, I'm doing on my own. It's on my own volition. I'm not doing it because I want you to be like, "Oh, look at you. You're a good guy." I used to do it in private and people will yell at me. Now I do it not only privately, but also in public. And people still yell at me. But charity does not make you a good person. Charity does not fix these structures. Charity is just, it's helpful. If you can do it, then it's great. Ultimately, it frustrates people that I am so heavily rewarded for basically telling people the way that things work are not the way that they have been taught. People get really mad at that. You shouldn't get mad at me for that. You should get mad at the structure that has presented a future for you that is unfortunately not as prosperous as your parents, as the prior generation. When will you be on the Joe Rogan podcast? Never. A good TikTok to talk about the current job market from a young worker's perspective.
All these places are so desperate to hire. I don't know why everyone's acting like it's so hard to find a job.
Well, it's a little more complicated than that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you why. First of all, how is it that on the one hand, we got fucking mass layoffs happening in a massive sector that is a growth sector like Silicon Valley, while simultaneously claiming that there are so many new job openings? Well, I wonder why that's happening. Guess what? Part of it is because they literally double utilize job openings, and I will explain to you how. One, those job openings are not real job openings, okay? They are not actually looking for people. They just have a job opening. Number two, when they have a job opening that is fake, they can use that apparently as a stressor on the pre-existing workforce. Yes, job listings abound, but many are fake. I'm not saying this. The motherfucking Wall Street Journal is. In an uncertain economy, companies post ads for jobs they might not really be trying to fill. Why? Because when you see that your company has a job opening, okay, you get a little scared. You're replaceable. They're doing D's double drop. Not all job ads are attached to actual jobs, it turns out. The labor market remains robust with 10 million openings in January, according to the Labor Department. At the same time, companies are feeling budgetary strains and some are pulling back on hiring, which, by the way, as we also learned on this broadcast from a Stanford economist, not me, a Stanford economist, that in many respects, basically, a lot of corporations in the similar sector behave in the same way that they do with price leadership, where they see someone doing mass firings and they go, oh shit, we should be doing mass firings too. That's right. Like they see other companies do mass layoffs, and then because they have a board that is beholden to the interests of the shareholders pressure the board in some cases, or in some cases they literally do it because they saw other people doing it and they know that their shareholders are going to be asking them to do it too. Hiring managers acknowledge as much. In a survey with more than 1,000 hiring managers last summer, 27% reported having job postings up for more than 4 months. Among those who said they advertised job postings that weren't actively trying to fill, close to half said they kept the ads to give the impression that the company was growing. Oh, this is the other part that I forgot to mention. They also keep the ads up to maintain the impression that the company is growing, so it looks good to the shareholders. According to Clarify Capital, a small business loan provider behind the study, 1/3 of the managers who said they advertised jobs they weren't trying to fill said they kept the listings up to placate overworked employees. Yeah, the other side of it is that, like, hey, we're looking to fill this position, I promise. Like, don't worry. I know you feel like we're working you to the core. Posting for ghost jobs, as recruiters and candidates sometimes refer to them, can be frustrating for job seekers. Bro, there's a term for it. It's a waste of time, says Will Kelly, who lives in the Washington, D.C. area and has been applying for marketing and writing roles. Mr. Kelly, whose decades of experience as a technical and marketing writer, estimates that when he was job hunting in late 2021, about 20% of the listings that interested him were posted and reposted without anyone evidently being hired. Since his layoff from a startup in August, he says he has noticed that most jobs catch his eye have been up for months. I first thought of it as an anomaly. Now I see it as a trend. They're posting jobs with the intention of hiring, but not anytime soon. HR departments are also heavily targeted in layoffs, so they do a bunch of interviewing and recruiting to seem like they're actually doing work, not to get fired, happening everywhere. Anyway, let's watch this video.
You're still looking for a job? What kind of jobs are you even applying for?
Pretty much anything that pays enough.
Well, have you tried
Going in and giving them my resume? Yeah, I tried that. They all told me to apply online.
Okay, then what about
using phrases from the job posting and putting them on my resume to attract the attention of the hiring manager? Yeah, I tried that too.
I mean, dude, I went through this. That's why I fucking went and worked with my uncle, and not everyone has an uncle that they can work for and be underpaid by. But you know, this is, yeah. Like, I graduated with honors, dude. But it was poli-sci, so everyone was like, fuck off. I guess I didn't do enough, like, wheel greasing when I was in fucking college.
Yeah, I finally got a job.
That's awesome. What is it?
Well, it's just for the time being until I can get a better job, but I'm gonna deliver pizza.
Really? You can do so much better than that.
This is also part of the reason why people fucking gravitate towards like get rich quick schemes. You know what I mean? When you're like unemployed for 10 months and you got a guy who's like, oh, dude, are you brokey? Are you fucking brokey? I'll help you. Just use my course. Honors in the imperialism degree to try and work in progressive media. You had no chance, brother. No, I was not applying for media jobs at all. I actually never applied for a single media job. I was applying for consulting jobs. God, my life would have been so different. Probably would have been fucking brainwashed. Yeah, Patagonia, bro, dude. One of my favorite jobs I ever had. I saw the listing online, then showed up the next week and told them I had an interview, and they called me. It was a lie, but they bought it and thought someone else messed up. I got a job and worked there for 9 years. Holy shit, that's awesome. You would have ARC-TZ'd up, and that would have been hyped. Have you seen this? I have not. Oh, I have, yeah. The watch is a variation of the Bell & Ross V1 92 blue steel, which typically sells for 2,400 euros. Macron, while asking for sacrifices in the fridge, people realize he's wearing an 80,000 euro watch like a magician, makes it disappear under the table, unworthy. Why are you not fasting? Because I'm not a good Muslim, brother. That's why I'm not fasting. I'm a bad Muslim. Also, Wamik7, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Broke boy, brokey, fucking brokey, only's got a $3,000 watch. Fucking brokey. I need the country to be run by someone with an $80,000 watch.
Il y a les blocages, et les blocages, il faut pouvoir les lever quand ils empêchent l'activité normale. Et c'est pourquoi, d'ailleurs, c'est pourquoi j'ai demandé au gouvernement d'essayer au maximum de négocier et ensuite de réquisitionner. Ce que nous avons pu faire sur...
I don't get it. What's the argument? Like, did they cancel your Trash Days episode? Lol. No, why? I think he took it off mid-interview because it clicked when he hit the table. Look. In the beginning.
Il y a les blocages.
Look.
Il y a...
You see that?
Il y a...
Like, I'm not a defender. I'm not a defender of Macron by any means. But I don't think he thought they're making an optics argument. He had his expensive watch and realized he was wearing it while talking about the working class and decided to take it off. No, I think it's just because it snapped, he hit the table and it clicked. So you're defending him? No, I mean, that's probably what it is. I mean, he's a piece of shit, dude. I don't think he gives a fuck. Even if he had a $100,000 watch, I don't think he gives a shit. He's a ghoul, bro. What do you mean? Here, let me tell you exactly why. There are ways to fund pensions, okay? There are ways to fund pensions that don't revolve around increasing the fucking retirement age. Those ways, of course, imply taxing the wealthy further. So, of course, he's not doing that, which is why he's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to spear dick this through, no matter what you say or no matter what you do. There you go. He's a ghoulish demon dickhead. He's like, I got 2 more years in me. I got that dog in me for the last 2 years. I'm going to make your life a living hell. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not like I'm going to be elected again, so it doesn't fucking matter. That's it. That's the whole point. So that's why, this is aesthetic stuff and who cares. But I'm pretty sure he just he slammed it and it clicked it. And he was like, let me take this fucking thing off because it's making noise when I hit it down on the table. Or maybe, look, oh my God, French neoliberals is a better alternative than Marine Le Pen. Yeah, no shit, except his existence is solidifying Marine Le Pen getting an electoral victory. You get that, right? That's the point. That's it. That's what liberals do all the time. Liberals are like, oh my God, it's so much better than the fascists. Yeah, no shit. Everyone understands that. Everyone recognizes that. The problem is that when you have a neoliberal leadership, you're basically guaranteeing someone which is still not going to rock the fucking boat with respect to the actual economic hierarchy, who will just use nationalist sentiment to divide the working class, who will use hyper-reactionary fascist sentiment to like move the attention away. It's the Boris Johnson versus Liz Truss dynamic. You get it? Part of the reason why everybody freaked out on Liz Truss was because she wasn't doing a good enough job being racist. She didn't have time. She was not as charismatic as Boris was. You know what I mean? Did you touch on that already? I mean, I've covered this already, but what is it, neoliberal as opposed to a liberal? I mean, it's just, we've got to do political science 101 here. A lot of these terms are bastardized in the United States of America, but liberalism is the political liberalism has its political foundations in the protection of private property, whereas neoliberalism is a modernized version of like having more free market economics and allowing the free market to control things that otherwise the government would control. That's it. Markets above all else. In America, though, it's interchangeable because both of the parties are neoliberal. Literally, both. Both of the parties are neoliberal, and both of the parties are technically liberal as well. That's it. But, of course, in the United States of America, colloquially speaking, in the United States of America, liberal means like you're a Democrat and care about social justice, at least aesthetically, whereas Republican means you're conservative. Both parties still want to, as evidenced by the past fucking at least 30 years of contemporary politics, both parties still want to privatize programs that were otherwise controlled by the government, with some exceptions. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. I'm a STEM lord that wants to learn. There you go. I explained it to you. Libtards dodging our culture wars. So you're telling me we got it right in Australia by having a conservative party called the Liberal Party? My friend, Australia is not alone. It's yet once again, this is further evidence that America controls the entire planet with its culture. In every other country, the Liberal Party is the conservative party. The Labour Party is the left-wing party. Of course, even in the UK, the Liberal Democrats are considered the center-right party. Of course, UK Labour Party used to be a left-wing party. No longer can I say the same thing. Don't want to get into that. But if you're wondering, I thought liberalism was laissez-faire, no government oversight, capitalism, and neoliberalism is the idea that government's role should be to defend the functions of capital. Neoliberalism is Austrian economics by a different name. That's why Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher are considered neoliberals. They openly are neoliberals. Okay? Bill Clinton is a neoliberal. Every Democrat, for the most part, every Democrat is a neoliberal. Democrats since the 90s were advocating to basically utilize, like here's a neoliberal Democratic Party policy. Are you ready for this? The Democratic Party since the 90s decided we don't want to privatize education. We want to utilize charter schools. What charter schools does is basically privatize education, but, with some voucher programs that will still allow some people to also, be able to go to those schools. Okay? Disagree? Biden is a social democrat, not neoliberal. Joseph Robinette Biden, alongside Barack Obama in the Obama administration, genuinely tried to cut Social Security. He's no longer advocating for that now, okay? So I'm not going to say that. But if you think that Joseph Robinette Biden is a fucking social democrat, I got a lot of NFTs with ape slurp juices to sell you. You know what I mean? No, Biden is not a fucking social democrat. That's crazy. Bernie is a sock dem. AOC is a sock dem. And like barely. Like and Bernie is not even a social democrat. I understand that Bernie advocates for social democracy, social democratic principles, because that's what's achievable in America. And even that is actually not achievable in America, but that's what you can sell as achievable in America. As a matter of fact, one of the biggest mistakes in my career, as I talked about briefly the other day, that I think about all the time, is not call myself a social democrat openly while simultaneously advocating for socialism. I should have just kept doing that. Because for a very long time, I kept my personal politics a secret. I kept my personal ideologies a secret. And whenever people would ask me, I would just say, I'm a leftist, I'm a leftist, I'm a leftist. And there was a reason for that. Because I know when you fucking tell people that you're like anti-capitalist or socialist or whatever, there's a lot of baggage that you have to... there's a lot of baggage that comes along with that until like 2020. Exactly. For like the first fucking 2 years of streaming on this platform, I would never openly talk about my political ideology. Part of that is because people immediately put you in a fucking box when you do that. And it was the worst thing. It was the worst thing that I could have done. Okay? It was the dumbest thing I could have done. It doesn't matter what my personal ideology is. I tell you what my biases are all the fucking time anyway. I told you back then, and I keep telling you now. Your bias in twice, Che Young. Some of your audience leave after you talked about your own views. No, it didn't, but it doesn't matter. It opened me up to like a sea of... It opened me up to a sea of fucking propaganda that you can cut against me. Because like, when I say baggage... I don't mean like actual baggage. I just mean what people's personal involvement with that term is. Do you understand? People's personal involvement with the term and their personal understanding with that term is what the baggage is. No, because if sparked me to feel angry towards you, which ultimately made me question why I was so mad. Do you understand that? I wouldn't have been turned if you claimed you were a sock dem. I don't fucking know. I mean, it doesn't matter. I wasn't like... I would just give like wishy-washy answers usually regardless. Because ultimately, the things that I advocate for right now in the United States of America is not like fucking immediate socialist governance. Because I know that that is impossible to achieve, especially in the short term. Like, I advocate for social democracy in America in the short term. That is literally what I advocate for. Non-fucking stop. So it doesn't matter. And the same goes for Bernie. He advocates for social democracy in America. He doesn't advocate for fucking socialism in America right now. But ultimately, it doesn't matter because even if you advocate for social democracy in America, they still say you're a socialist. They say Nancy Pelosi is a socialist. A lot of people living in the Western world, like politicians, activists, and the like, understand that, the imperial core's revolutionary potential is a little diminished because they benefit from the bounty of imperialism. They benefit from being in the labor aristocracy, which is precisely the reason why it's very difficult to advocate for anything but like marginal changes. Does that still mean that there is a necessity for much more radical politics to exist? Absolutely. It's the radical politics and the radical advocates that actually cause the change to happen, okay, or push for the change to happen. But it's the more marginal people that are more even-keeled that can hide within the ranks to make this change happen. Everyone plays a role. I had to watch a documentary about neoliberalism for class that said that Ronald Reagan saved America from socialism caused by FDR. Hell yeah. Anyway, let's watch this. Let's watch Tucker Carlson make a possibly anti-gun argument but now that trans people are arming themselves.
Watching here is not the exercise of the Second Amendment. What you're watching here is political hysteria, fear, ginned up on purpose with maximum dishonesty in order to get people in a state of agitation, armed people in a...
Ronald Reagan. Big anti-gun advocate, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Dude, it's so funny. This is literally just American politics playing the same cycle again. Dude, Black Panthers show up at the fucking City Hall with guns, exercising their right to bear arms. Boom, all of a sudden, you got laws to stop that from happening.
State of agitation. Doesn't matter if they're trans or not, whatever that is. It's the same template always. Scare
yeah. This is the Trans Mulford Act.
Scare the crap out of your voters. Tell them that their lives are at risk. Encourage them to get guns. How do you think that ends?
What? Bro, you literally do that. You just... Wait. Tucker, you do that every night. What the fuck? At least for trans people, there's like a very legitimate reason, dog. There's never been in the history of the United States any kind of fucking law that was written with the express purpose of like delegitimizing, dehumanizing white men, okay? Conservative reactionaries, okay? That's not happened. But in the two instances where right-wingers have advocated to take guns away from people, okay, or gun laws specifically, it's been instances where marginalized groups that were being harmed by the very same systems that you uphold, that's the only time where it happened. Incest laws? Okay, chill, dude. You're right, but you shouldn't say it. What is Misgift doing? What the fuck did you say? That's awesome. Tucker Carlson is literally, what's your argument? My argument is Tucker Carlson is doing exactly what Ronald Reagan did. Okay? Tucker Carlson is doing exactly what Ronald Reagan did, which is immediately fucking calling to disarm marginalized groups that have guns.
Tell them that their lives are at risk, encourage them to get guns. How do you think that ends? But by the way, if we're following the logic here, and why not? That's in short supply in this country. You have to kind of wonder, like, what's the limit to this? So if trans people are in fear for their lives in every region in the country, including New England, which apparently is crawling with Nazis now, why wouldn't we be arming them as we are, say, Ukraine's trans army? And there are famously trans people in Ukraine's army. They're very, very proud of that.
Wait, what?
So why stop with AR-15s?
Yeah, Ukraine is a bastion for LGBT rights, brother. He's so right. Did he just say the they, them army of Ukraine? Is that what he just said? That's insane. Dude, liberal propaganda is so crazy. It blows my mind. It's like, since when is Ukraine this like super pro LGBT country? Like, when did that happen? When was... I thought you made up the they, them army thing. No, it's like a fucking troll at this point. It's like, it's something that like, Russia supporters say all the time, like the American army is a they them army, the Russian army is like masculine and sexy.
I mean, why not F-35s or tanks?
It is a known fact that Eastern Europe is inclusive and not at all homophobic. Yeah, no, definitely not. At my school, wait, what? At my school, the Ukrainian student club put signs up saying we must destroy Russia because they're anti-LGBT. Yeah. Yeah, true. No, that's so real, dude. What the fuck? Oh, God, I love propaganda so much. It's so funny. Speaking of which, transgender athletes are banned from elite international track and field events. New development.
Field athletes from high-level women's events, including the Olympics. Eva Pilgrim has the story.
This morning, the international governing body over track and field announcing a ban that prevents transgender athletes from participating in female events after going through male puberty.
Many believe there is insufficient evidence that trans women do not retain advantage over biological women, and more evidence.
The council also tightening its testosterone threshold for athletes with differences of sexual development or...
My man hit the biological women like Matt Walsh, dude. What the fuck is that?
PSD, the new requirements affecting about a dozen athletes, including South African Olympic champion Caster Semenya.
Wait, what are they saying about... Yeah, Caster Semenya is cis, but like she still can't fucking compete, right?
About a dozen athletes, including South African Olympic champion Caster Semenya, who would need to complete 6 months of hormone-suppressing treatment to race at the 2024 Paris.
That's so wild. Like this in and of itself basically gives the game away, right? Like she's a cis woman, you know what I mean? She has naturally occurring testosterone development. And it basically gives the entire game away. It's just like, oh yeah, sorry. It's literally that is the same as basically, saying that Michael Phelps' wingspan is too fucking long and can't compete. That would of course never happen. But they're trying to nerf her. That's wild. So if you became trans, it would not be fair for you to compete against women. Yeah, listen, brother. First of all, it is entirely dependent on what level of HRT I be on, but I'm not trans, so it doesn't work like that. There's no if you became trans. Okay? Ay, ay, ay. That's awesome.
Olympics. The latest ban coming less than a year after swimming adopted similar rules, effectively barring trans athletes like NCAA title winner Leah Thomas from competing in female events.
Yeah, if you ban trans athletes, why are you also making a regulation on testosterone? Like, that actually doesn't make any sense. This is what I do not understand. There is no part of sports that's fair. Like, I don't get it. I actually don't understand. Sports is not supposed to be fair. There is no equality of outcome in sports. Okay? I hate this. It's never been fair. Of course it's not fair. That's why there's a first place, second place, third place. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of participation trophy ass bullshit is this, dude? It's crazy. I want an all steroids baseball game. 100%. It would be actually watchable. Like, this shit is so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Thing I don't get is there hasn't even been instances of trans women dominating or anything. It's just at most one or two doing sort of middle of the pack. I know, but the right, weren't you making the point about sports being the pinnacle of meritocracy a few days ago? No, I said sports is the closest you can get to meritocracy, which is not a real concept anyway. But that's my point. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Meritocracy means there are going to be winners and fucking losers, dog. You saying this doesn't change what I'm saying. Meritocracy doesn't imply it's fair. What do you mean? You think merit means it's fair? No, it's unfair. If you're too poor, for example, okay, and you can't, and you don't have access to the same scouting programs, for example, then you have a much larger burden to overcome. That's unfair. That's literally unfair. Okay? It's not. Merit just means people who work super hard get to the fucking top. I just want to understand your point, was confused on it. Yeah, everyone's built differently, and that's what makes sports competitive and fun to watch. Like, I don't want to fucking watch. Like, I'm not watching the 6 foot and under league, okay? I'm not. Like, I'm not going to watch that. It's not going to be fun for me to watch. You know what I mean? I'm not watching the 6 foot and over league either, the NBA, but if I were to choose between one, I would probably choose the other. The argument that I see people make is that men's leagues are open for anyone regardless of biology, and women's leagues are made to allow women to have a place to compete with those set limitations. I think that kind of makes sense. I don't think that's the real... that's not true. You can't... What? No, I don't think that's the case anyway. LeBron is literally such a great example of that, unironically. Look, ultimately, okay, there are even examples of people who have taken corrective hormones and have become dominant fucking athletes. It's about who you pay attention to. Messi is the example I use all the time. Messi had to take human growth hormone because of his genetic condition. Okay? And that's seen as like an incredible thing. That's seen as like a person overcoming great odds, which he did. He did overcome great odds. And he should be celebrated for that. No one considers that to be cheating because it's not. It's not cheating. Do they hold the same energy when it's trans men competing in men's sports? No, I don't think they give a shit. I think it's you know, like I understand that in certain instances, trans women might have competitive advantages over cis women, right? I just don't think that like transness is somehow indecent or people are doing it to cheat. It's just who they are. So I don't have an issue with trans women, who I believe are women, doing this sort of thing, like competing with cis women. That's it. That literally is. That's my point. That's my perspective. You know, that's what I've been saying from the jump. Like I'm not even. My position has never been that like, oh, trans women are definitely like significantly worse than cis women in sports or whatever. I think it's a mixed bag because that's just all athletic competition. That's literally what athletic competition is. You try to like law of averages that out, and let's say if you look at that pound for pound, like let's say there are certain biological, especially if you transitioned after adolescence, after puberty, okay? Let's say that you do have some biological advantages. So what? That's great. Who cares? I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't personally care. And I don't think most people care either in general. I think they just like care because they're primed into caring. Does that make sense? Oh shit, new JCS. God damn, this has 5 views, brother. This came out 47 seconds ago, dude. Y'all are crazy. I lost 20 kilos on my bench after just a few weeks on HRT. Such a stupid debate. Yeah, I think that like obviously you get nerfed because when you take corrective hormones, when you take like gender confirming hormones, you do HRT. Yes, you're gonna lose a shitload of your strength. When all these anti-trans athlete people are going to start calling for minorities to be banned so the white man has a chance at something other than golf. Oh, wait, lost that too? Don't most cis women outperform trans women after long-term HRT? That is the case, but it doesn't matter. Do you not care if a woman gets manhandled in the UFC? Dude, brother, I don't know if you know what you're talking about. Women get women handled literally, like it's a combat sport. Joe Rogan is like tainted this conversation permanently. It's like so fucking hard. Dog, that's literally, yeah. Dana White is like, no, women only get manhandled if I have something to say about it, okay? The only time women get manhandled is if Dana White's the one doing it. Do you understand? He's like, not on my watch, motherfucker. They're a woman to beat. I'm here. And he's a cis man who also is on steroids. So there's that too. You don't care about the cis women competing care? That's also not true. If they were to poll cis women, the majority of them would say that they don't give a fuck. It's never the second place, third place people that lose. It's always like the 16th place motherfucker who's chirping. Like you weren't even qualified. Shut the fuck up. And I don't care even if they did care. I would tell them, who gives a shit? You're being fucking silly. Get better. Don't talk for all of us. You shut the fuck up. Well, I mean, this is kind of what I do. Did you bring up the irony of how the Olympics is forcing Caster Semenya to undergo hormone therapy, which is the thing that conservatives want to ban? Yeah, exactly. That's like Caster Semenya, who's a cis woman, right? Has to literally do hormone blockers. Like she has to nerf her hormones so she can compete with the rest of the fucking cis women. They're like forcibly transing her. Well, I guess not transing her, but you know what I mean. It's so dumb, bro. It is so stupid. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't fucking matter.
Events at the highest level. Overnight, Leah telling ABC News this ruling is devastating and only detrimental to women's sports. It only serves to exclude any women who are not deemed woman enough. Trans women are women. Intersex women are women. Trans athlete advocates like Schuler Baylor says education is paramount to ensure proper fairness and inclusion.
Most people cannot define the word transgender, and yet so many people are talking about where we belong and why. And the solution to that is not to...
I love when people's argument is like, well, trans women should just compete with men. It's like, bro, like, do you not understand like the entire reason for why like a lot of young trans athletes participate in athletic competition is because it's affirming? Like, the fuck do you mean? Like, you're literally being like, yeah, just like, you know, take the long way to say trans women are men, like, and really reinforce that every day. Like, okay, thanks, man. That seems good. Ultimately, all arguments on this issue revolve around just don't exist. Like, don't exist in front of me. If you're gonna exist, just like fucking move away. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that shit. That's what it is. That's literally all it comes down to. Bathroom arguments come down to that. You know what I mean? It's like, wait, what bathroom? What bathroom is Leah Thomas supposed to go into? If not the women's restroom. You know what I mean? Bathroom arguments are the same exact bullshit. Like, could you imagine? I know, you know, people are going to get mad at me for saying fucking Buck Angel, but like, do you want, you know what the funniest thing about Buck is? Every time I use Buck, I know a lot of people get mad at me because he's like fucking crazy and whatever. And he's, definitely fallen from grace as an old trans man who's like, not great. Okay. I know his takes are like reactionary and whatever, but like, what, you want this guy to fucking pee in the girls' room? Like, are you fucking crazy? And then when I make this argument, the funniest fucking thing is that people in the comments will be like, yeah, clearly, like, I'll just say Buck is trans, right? And I won't say that Buck is a trans man. So they think I'm implying that Buck is actually a trans woman. So they'll be like, what? You want me to fucking call that a woman? It's like, no, idiot. That's it. Yeah, he'll never be a woman. Yeah, no, my point exactly. That's it. That's because that's a trans man. You know what I mean? Yeah, we can always tell motherfuckers. That's the saddest part about it is that, like, if you're a little bit butch, if you're like a butch cis woman, like, you're getting clapped up. Can you imagine being like a little bit bulkier? You're a cis woman, okay? You're like competing in like high school athletics and you're a bit bulkier. And then like you get blasted by the fucking transvestigators all over the timeline. Like you see videos of that kind of shit popping off nonstop on fucking Twitter where people are like, look at this. You want this to compete with your daughters? And it's like, but that's a cis woman. Like that's a cis girl. You're proving the point that trans people are making all the time. You know what I mean? Additionally ironic that, like, you know, the TERFs. TERFs are oftentimes not very gender conforming themselves. So, conservative men want to force trans women to use their restrooms because they're chaser freaks. Yeah. This.
We all sat on the sidelines as Leah Thomas became. I am fully aware that there are differing opinions when it comes to trans women competing in sports, but the way this story is being told is so incredibly harmful. First of all, this is Riley Gaines. I'm sure these pictures say a lot about her, but let's get to the missing context in this story. Surely the NCAA wouldn't let this person compete with us, but the NCAA let her compete with you because at that point she was over 2 years into hormone therapy and she met all of the required levels and guidelines put in place by the NCAA. And so that first day at our NCAA championships, we all sat on the sidelines. Just to make it clear, she sat on the sidelines because she was not competing in this event. Leah Thomas became the fastest female in the country, winning a national title in the 500 freestyle, beating out Olympians, American record holders, the fastest females of all time.
That's not even true. Like,
Katie Ledecky holds the record in this event with a time of 4:24.06. In this competition, Leah won with a time of 4:33.24. That is almost 10 seconds slower than Katie. She made it sound like Leah set the fastest time in the whole entire world. In this meet, there were also 27 records broken, and Leah had none of them, but let's move on. The NCAA official looks at me and says, great job, y'all tied. The trophy goes to Leah. Now, this trophy was not for first, second, third, or fourth place, but for fifth place. But what's your thought process on giving it to Leah? Why are you so adamant? And he said, well, for photo purposes, Leah has to have it.
Wow.
If you are going to tell a story that spews so much hatred,
I mean, that's why, bro. That's why she was like 16th place, by the way. Fucking loser, dude. Because instead of fucking learning how to swim faster, like, why? Why did you develop that level of musculature if all you were going to do was fucking chirp? Now all of your allies think you're a trans woman. You know what I mean? Good luck. Have fun with that, future broad shoulders. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Why did you do that to yourself? You suck at swimming. Just swim faster. Or shut the fuck up. I don't know. One or the other. Like, you think the same conservatives are like, yeah, brother, like, who don't give a fuck about women swimming, by the way. No one cares. Oh my God. Holy fucking shit. None of these people that advocate for trans women not competing with cis women give a single fuck about women's sports. Everybody makes a joke about it. Everyone's like, lol, WNBA, lol. Oh, not going to watch that. Can't catch me watching that shit. Women don't even fucking watch it. Women are not watching the WNBA. Don't say that's an awful argument. It's true. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You think this fucking dipshit has ever watched like any kind of women's athletic competition? No. It's just a talking point. 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 That's it. That's it. And here you have 3 of the most mask-looking fucking cis women having a conversation about how trans women need to get the fuck out of the, athletic competitions. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? All these people literally that are like, yeah, trans women shouldn't be able to compete. 1, don't give a fuck about women's sports in general. And 2, abso-fucking-lutely would be like, are you trans? Get the fuck out of the bathroom. She's going to be yelled at by some fucking Karen, okay? She's going to be yelled at by some fucking Karen who is ostensibly on her side on the fucking anti-trans agenda one day when she's trying to take a piss in a bathroom. Let people fucking live, dickhead. Holy shit. WNBA players would ball you up kind of, kind of flawed, dog. I'm not saying they're not good. I don't even watch fucking NBA.
Adamant. And he said, well, for photo purposes, Leah has to have it.
Wow.
If you are going to tell a story that spews so much hatred, at least stay consistent, because you said something else when talking to Tucker Carlson on Fox News. I asked him, is there a reason why you're giving Leah the trophy? He just explained to me that we're giving it in chronological order, and I questioned him again, what does that mean? We tied. What are we being chronological about? And he kind of blatantly said, we're just going to give the trophy to Leah.
Bro, it's just like so lame to be this petty. It's so lame to be this fucking petty. But if you're a conservative, this is all they got. They're like, oh, hell yeah, brother. No, you're a fucking loser, dog. You are just a loser. I mean, you're literally a loser. You're so lame. You're so fucking lame. You lost. You can't even be the fucking, you can't be a normal L recipient and just like losing grace. You have to like constantly fucking cry. Holy shit.
We respect and admire your swim, but Leah needs to hold the trophy. Now, in most cases, and according to NCAA rules, the trophy goes to whoever is older. Leah was born in 1999, and Riley was born in 2000. On top of that, if they were going by lane order, Leah would still get the trophy. I also want to add that this story happened almost exactly a year ago, and both Riley and Leah have graduated and no longer swim in NCAA. Riley has taken her experience with a trans woman and has not only made it her personality trait, but has made it her career as well. Not only is
just be a horse girl. Why can't you make that your personality? That's like back in the day, that's what dull women would do. They'd be like, I'm a horse girl. Like, this is what I like doing. Okay. What's up? Why does this have to be your fucking personality? Why is it that like, oh, now it's like I'm a conservative activist. Like, oh, am I like a fucking average looking, annoying fucking suburbanite daughter who has never been told no her entire life? All of a sudden, boom, blammo, I've decided this is the way that I can make a name for myself.
that disgusting, but that's fucking weird. The thing that gets me is Riley's 5th place finish was the best result that she had in the whole entire meet. She was beaten by so many other swimmers, but it was only a problem when she tied with Leah. I hate to say this, but even if Leah was banned from competing, Riley would still be losing. She is literally gaining nothing from doing this. This is the type of story that puts trans people in danger.
No, she is getting something from doing this. She's getting like adoration and attention. That's it. You meant the market isn't that big and these people acting like they were the biggest fans when the numbers prove otherwise. I'm misunderstood. Yeah, no, that's all I'm stating. She gets clout, and that's what everyone cares about.
You say
no one that fucking talks about women's sports actually cares about women's
sports. I can tell you trans women playing are the least of our worries. And a friendly reminder that trans women are women.
Yeah, exactly. And most like normal fucking non-freak losers, okay? Most normal non-freak losers do not fucking lose their minds over this. Like, that's it. That's it. Fuck, man. That shit sucks so bad. It's so fucking annoying. Blows my goddamn mind. So congratulations to the fucking Olympics committee.
Exclude us or to fear difference, but rather invite education about our experiences and humanize us.
World Athletics President Lord Sebastian Coe telling BBC Radio.
There is a very fundamental principle in our sport, and that is the primacy, the protection of the female category.
Dude, British people should be abolished from all matter of like organizational hierarchy. I'm not even kidding. Like, just no. Until you can prove that you are capable of like overcoming being British, you're not allowed. The female category. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Fuck you.
And these rules go into effect on March 31st, guys.
All right, Eva, thanks so much.
Hi, everyone. George.
Fucking demons, dude. Biden orders airstrikes after American contractors were killed in Syria. Don't care. We already covered the French protests. College students speed date on the button. Let's do the Afroman one. So the story starts with Afroman's home being raided by 7 members of the Adams County Sheriff's Office, okay? They raided his home last year. 4 deputies, 2 sergeants, and a detective are claiming now that Afroman, Joseph Foreman, might 78, thank you for the 10 gift of subs, by the way, has invaded the privacy of said law enforcement officers after they raided his fucking home. Because he took footage of their faces obtained during the raid and used it in music videos and social media posts without their consent, a misdemeanor violation under Ohio Revised Code. They're also suing on civil grounds, saying Foreman's use of their faces in the videos and social media posts resulted in their emotional distress, embarrassment, ridicule, loss of reputation, and humiliation. Now, because it's Ohio, I feel like, that could work in their favor. But I do hope that he fucking countersues them. Also, here's the music video. Let's take a look. Afroman, will you help me repair my door? Official music video.
You can take as much as you want to take. There must be a big mistake. Would you like to have a slice of my lemon pound cake? The warrant said narcotics and kidnapping. The warrant said narcotics and kidnapping. Are you kidding? I make my money rapping. Why does the warrant say narcotics? Well, I know narcotics, but why kidnapping? Let me ask you something, officer. Any kidnapping victims inside my suit pockets? Are there any kidnapping victims inside my suit pockets? You crooked cops need to stop it. There are no kidnapping victims in my suit pockets. Let me ask you another question. Is there 1,000 pounds of weed in my suit pockets? Is there 1,000 pounds of weed in my suit pockets? You crooked cops need to stop it. There's not 1,000,000 pounds of weed in my suit pockets. Let me ask you something else. Any kidnapping victims inside my CDs?
They're just looking, brother.
Inside my CDs. The Adams County Sheriff Department, you can get these. There are no kidnapping victims in my CDs. many pounds of weed are inside my CDs? How many pounds of weed
Just vibing. Not a cell phone in sight. Yep.
Adams County Sheriff, you can get these. How many pounds of weed did you find in my CDs? Why are you stealing my money?
Oh no.
Why are you stealing my money?
That's the state's assets now, brother.
Represent the law, and it's funny. You're stealing my legal work hard every day. Pay taxes, money.
Yeah. It's called asset forfeiture, brother.
Disconnecting my cameras. The sheriff disconnected my cameras. The sheriff should be locked up in slammers. The Adams County Sheriff Department disconnected my camera.
That's so fucked up.
Did you have to traumatize my kids? 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 Will you pay me for doing me wrong? Will you pay me for doing me wrong? Will you pay me for doing me wrong? Or will I have to get paid from this song? How you think they gonna buy this, man?
Can you imagine a world in which the fucking cops actually win the lawsuit, where there isn't a top of the hour ad break, where you can avoid said ads at the top of the hour by subscribing for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime? Imagine a world like that. Imagine a world where there is no gifted subs. So you can't get gifted a sub to avoid the top of the hour ad break. Imagine a terrifying proposition. We do not live in that world, but the top of the hour ad break is here. But you can avoid said ads by subscribing or by getting gifted the sub. Moonmite78, thank you for the 10 and now 5 gifted subs. And Noop88 for the 5 gifted subs, allowing 20 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. This is Lemon Cake by Afroman. Lemon Pound Cake, as a matter of fact. So we made a couple songs about the police raid that took place.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass break. They found no kidnapping victims, just some lemon pound cake. Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice.
Anyway, so law enforcement searched Afroman's home on suspicion of drug trafficking and kidnapping, but found no evidence and filed no charges against him. He said they kicked down his door, broke his video surveillance system, stole money from him, and frightened his family. Afroman, whose real name is Joseph Foreman, told NPR in a phone interview that he did what was his next smartest, most peaceful solution. Big ass head. I asked myself, as a powerless black man in America, what can I do to the cops that kicked my door in, tried to kill me in front of my kids, stole my money, and disconnected my cameras, he says. And the only thing I could come up with was make a funny rap song about them and make some money. Use the money to pay for the damages they did and move on. He, of course, then released this album with songs about the raid and made music videos out of the surveillance footage. He created merchandise and social media posts calling out the officers who had been involved. Now, those officers are suing him, his label, and a Texas-based music distribution company for invasion of privacy. Of course, they do not consider what they did to be a gross invasion of privacy or a violation of human rights. Ironic, because that's precisely what they did. 4 deputies, 2 sergeants, and 1 detective from the Adams County Sheriff's Office are accusing the rapper of profiting from the unauthorized use of their likeness at their personal and professional expense. In a complaint filed in an Ohio police court last week, they say it's been more difficult and dangerous to carry out their duties because of comments made and attitudes expressed towards them by members of the public who have seen the videos. They say they have received death threats and also suffered humiliation, ridicule, mental distress, and embarrassment and a loss of reputation. Which, to that I say, boo fucking who? The plaintiffs are seeking all of Afroman's profits from the use of their personas, including proceeds of the songs, videos, and live events, as well as Afroman branded merchandise such as beer, marijuana, and t-shirts, as well as a court injunction to take down the music videos and social media posts. Unless defendants are restrained, plaintiffs will suffer irreparable injury to their reputation, their mental health, and their legally protected rights as defendants continue to willfully and maliciously violate their rights. Now, the irony here is, of course, since this became news once again, the Streisand effect absolutely blew the fuck up, and that the videos have gained millions of views in the past 24 hours because now it's like national news. Originally, when it first started, everyone was when this first happened, everyone tried to get me to watch it. I didn't even watch it because I was like, yeah, that's funny, but like, you know, I got some other news shit going on. But now that it's like gotten to this level, it was, you know, unavoidable for me. Unlike the top of the hour ad break, which is avoidable by subscribing, like I said. So yeah. Afroman says his immediate reaction to the lawsuit was a drop of anger, disbelief, and a little anxiety followed by tons of laughter. I was thinking these big bad cops are being beat up and bullied by those little corny rap songs I made about them, Afroman says. I'm like, oh my God, are you letting me know that my raps are working on you? Watch out, one of his music videos related to this incident had a censored blowjob in it. It's iffy, that's why I hid, because I didn't know if it was like, you know. I didn't know if that was this one or not. Afroman's online merchandise store peddles sweatshirts currently sold out and t-shirts showing Griffin and a large lemon cake surrounded by black and white images of the officer in the video with the names Afroman and Officer Poundcake. The video for another number called Will You Help Me Repair My Door is a montage of clips from the raid. So yeah. Yet another incredible moment. Hopefully Afroman countersues and eviscerates them. Hopefully Afroman sues for damages on top of that because he should. And hopefully these cops finally cave to their mental distress. Also, Steve Vanzetti is asking for $5 because I was looking at his account. He's the one who, I guess, wrote the article for the Texas Observer. You can get one of the hoodies. Private property, bro? Fuck no, dude. I don't spread the wealth. Anyway. But yeah, it's awesome. The story's wonderful. The story's great. I love it. I fucking love it. Show the BJ you commie fuck? Yeah, no. But, you know, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All the shadows trickling in has all people hate.
And that's it. Peace, everybody. Love you all. Bye.
Angeles, California, says Hasan.